think we are a go.
Awesome. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Tabletop Tyranny, where we neither play around a tabletop nor are we tyrannical. My name is Jacob, and I will be your dungeon master for this evening's game and for the many, many more to come in the future. Once again, I'm joined by 5 great adventurers and extraordinaires of talking with corrupt town speakers. Who knows? But yeah, we're kind of back from Thanksgiving. I hope everyone that is tuning in was able to have a great Thanksgiving. If you missed any of our past sessions, you can feel free to check them out on YouTube at Tabletop Tyranny. We do have a live channel that has a majority of our streams in there. Let's get this thing started. It's been a minute. So we're going to do the question. So I think most of you have inspiration. I think there's only maybe, Lorian and Ichabod. Oh, I think it's just Lorian that doesn't have inspiration.
Yeah, I got one for something.
Yeah.
Well, I got inspiration and then I used it.
Yeah, you got inspiration for your incredible creative incantation, and then you used it.
My spell?
Yep. I will say, more so this is for Lorian to try to earn inspiration. But anyways, anyone can feel free to answer, and if they know the answer to this question. What is the name of the Dwarven clan that Gwynlyn and Gringrom Hammerhome, sister and brother to Barthram Hammerhome, belong to?
No, I don't know it.
Okay. Does anyone else feel free to want to answer it, or?
I haven't written down.
Yeah, I'm like looking through my notes. Unfortunately, my notes are filled.
That was a long
with
time
noodles.
ago.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's in
It wasn't-
my other book.
Oh, it's a hammer home dwarves or something like that.
That's the name of the Gwynlyn, Grimgrom, and Barthram. That's not the name of the clan.
Oh.
They are the Hammerhomes.
Okay.
There's a different name for the clan that they actually belong to.
Battlehammer.
That is correct.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
They belong
I
to the
have it
Battlehammer
written
clan. The Battlehammer clan is the collective of dwarves that are in the Dwarven Valley that is kind of before Kelvin's Cairn. You guys have had mention of it from them, from helping them, and they did say that maybe in the future, if y'all help them out more, that they would invite you in to Clan Battlehammer's humble abode, which is a big deal because these dwarves, they don't branch out to other people's, or that's not something that's taken lightly. It's a big invitation. So Ichabod, high five. There you go. I'll kind of do a little bit of recap and then we can get this party started. So while Lorian still snoozed, the party elected to take shifts and keep watch on him just to make sure he didn't attack anyone else. Elizel and Jayla were the first two to take their watch, discussing the past events that just transpired, and also discovering a strange carving on Lorian's neck that resembled a clawed paw. Second shift was Fiska, who, still in a slightly confused state, spent much of her time pondering how she cast this sleep spell that she's never cast before. It was very strange, and she decided to kind of ease her mind a little bit and eat one of her squid treats that she's eaten before. And when she attempted to eat it, it seemed as if her tongue had other plans, as it kind of ejected it from her beak. Seeing that transpire, she picked it back up and just saved it for later. Lastly, it was Ichabod's watch, who was joined by a very early morning Keegan, who woke up to make some breakfast tea, where Ichabod heard this distant, faint crying from outside. It kind of piqued his interest, so he decided to go investigate it, where he eventually discovered a body of a half-elven woman whose chest had been pierced with this still intact shard of ice that had been kind of stuffed into a barrel and sealed away. We don't know if it was sealed by just the elements or if someone actively sealed it somehow. He saw this and decided to leave, where he was kind of stopped by some sort of entity or being or creature, some sort of smoky, formless thing, where a strange message was kind of written on the wall for him to remember. And after seeing this, he reconvened back at the house, where he informed Keegan about the body, and Keegan immediately left to go post an anonymous tip on one of the town's local boards. And that kind of ended the watches, and everyone woke up, and everyone but Lorian were awake at this point, and they noticed that they talked about this body that had been murdered, and prioritizing more so what happened with Lorian, they woke him up and questioned him, where these questions and concerns were voiced, and Lorian kind of brought to light some past emotional trauma. The conversation was interrupted, though, by the sound of what sounded like some of the town's guard approaching and encircling the house, where Ichabod and Lorian hid, and Fiska, Elzel, and Jayla kind of poured themselves a cup of now prepared lunch BLT, to which Scath, the guard's captain, knocked on the door, greeted them with a overwhelming display of force. Scath said some things, and the group was eventually led to the Luskan Arms Inn. Everyone except for Ichabod and Lorian, who successfully stealthed and hid away, they trailed a little bit behind the party. As Ichabod was successful, Lorian was not, and he kind of got separated from the party. As he was separated from the party, he did see Mama Ethel, who had somehow spotted him or had just been in the right time, right place. She waved him over, asking him if he would want to get payment to transport some spices to the neighboring town of Bryn Shander. They discussed a little bit, where eventually she went inside to get another potato sack or some sort of payment, and Lorian snooped around a little bit, and he found this well-hidden hatch door that was strangely unlocked, so he entered it, ventured further into it, and found himself in front of this large bubbling cauldron, where he improvised an incantation and threw in Magman's tongue, where he was able to successfully channel a vision of some place within the spine of the world, where there appeared to be many Durgar gathering, and they appeared to be forging some sort of something out of charlatan, something that looked like it was made for sinister purposes. Eventually, Mama Ethel returned and discovered Lorian, where both parties kind of officially agreed. That kind of was muddy. We don't know if they agreed entirely yet. It seemed like there was an understanding, but it's still unclear that the job will be completed.
We didn't seal the pact.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back at the Luskan Arms, the group conversed with the very nice and warming and inviting and welcoming town speaker Nerith, who is not controversial and has great. He knows how to make friends real easily. Where they were paid 175 gold for aiding and retrieving Garrett back from Kelvin's cairn. There was some information about the strange sightings that they have seen when they were out there, and town speaker Nerith kind of confirmed that there have been other strange sightings within 10 towns, but there wasn't nothing for him to take seriously. But hearing you guys talk about it, he was able to kind of conclude that maybe this is something that is worth worrying about. The information was shared, and yada yada later. Conversations were concluded.
You guys didn't like him very much.
Yeah, there seemed like there was a little bit of no one really liked town speaker Nerith. I mean, it is what it is, right? But
he wasn't the sweetest,
but we're gonna kind of pick back up on. We're still split, so we're gonna pick back up with Lorian.
The homie.
So Lauren, you are still left inside of that hidden underground room, as Mama Ethel has disappeared back down the tunnel, and you assume she went back up the stairs. She kind of disappeared from sight. But you're still in this room, and the cauldron is still bubbling, and the room is unchanged. All the spices and dried ingredients are hanging on the wall, but you are left alone in this space, as Mama Ethel has left you to do whatever you feel.
I'd like to look around for anything that catches my eye while I'm down here.
Yeah, I mean, you can make another perception check.
Come on, baby. No, it wasn't meant to be. I got a 6.
Yeah, you're not seeing much. Well, what?
I was gonna say, are there any vials that I could just get more of a...
There are empty vials. I think there's one more vial. You picked up one. There's about one more vial. Kind of just haphazardly hanging near the cauldron on the ground. But other than that, there's not any other kind of.
Okay. I'll take the other vial, and I'll get another potion of Draconic Sight.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love naming things. And then I guess I'll follow her down the hallway, but I will just I'll just keep an eye out for any traps. Maybe she trapped it.
Yeah, for sure. For all of our viewers at home, this is what Mama Ethel looks like. If I could click on her picture, it would be nice, but I'm struggling. She looks like this. Also, you guys will notice that I did try to put their names of the NPCs on there just for ease. There were some that I was unable to actively do that for, but going forward there will be names on the NPCs pictures. Yeah, you go down, you follow, or you go after her. She left like 2 minutes ago. So as you're beginning to go down the hallway, or as you look down the hallway, you don't see Mama Ethel. Mama Ethel's not there. But if you would like to make an investigation check as you're kind of moving along to see if there's any kind of traps, you can do that.
Ooh. 21.
Yeah. As you're going down the hallway, you don't see any traps. You don't pick up on anything. You're being extra careful just because of the circumstance that you are in. It's a little strange, but you don't see any traps, especially as you are getting to that stairway that goes up. You don't see any traps on that as well, and you get to the hatch, and yeah, you get to the hatch.
I'll try to listen outside just to see if there's anything out there. If I can hear anything.
Yeah, it sounds just like the normal sounds of wind blowing. You don't hear any kind of any kind of strange noises that would kind of
I'll go up then.
set you off. Yeah. As you open this hatch and step out, you see that standing next to that sled full of the boxes and barrels of spices is Mama Ethel. She's holding out like a coin purse in one of her hands, and the other hand's kind of resting on her hip. And as you come out, she says, "So as discussed, here is the 155 gold pieces.
Give me that.
Your contact will be at the Glenstag Rest in Bryn Shander. So when you get there, talk to Myrtle and tell her a meal unseasoned is best left uncooked."
Okay, I got it.
Okay, and she's outstretching this coin purse towards you.
I'll look around to see if any of my friends are with the eye line.
You're still kind of behind this building, not near the main street. You aren't far away from the main street, but you don't see any. It still just looks like you and Mama Ethel. There doesn't appear to be any people on this back side of the building. So it's just still you two that are there.
I will I guess I'll walk forward and I'll just say well, thank you for not killing me. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll take the do we have to leave immediately? Or like
You don't have to leave. You don't have to leave immediately. It's just it needs to be delivered, preferably either tomorrow or the next day. It doesn't have to be as soon as like right now. You have time if you want to spend this money. You can spend the money on whatever you desire, but it just needs to be delivered.
Okay.
But remember, all you have to do is deliver the sled, and tell Myrtle that phrase. Do not let your morals or any kind of standards overcomplicate the easiness of this job. Okay.
Why would my morals be compromised? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. People change up all the time. It's just I just want to tell you how easy of a job this is. Okay. If you feel morally obligated to attempt to, double cross me or something, which I'm not saying you will. You.
I would never.
You're a sweet boy. But do remember, this is Icewind Dale. People can disappear and they can be replaced.
Oh, okay, and just to be clear, if I do, from here, decline the job, you would eat me.
She smiles a little bit. I don't know. I mean, that sounds a little too easy. I think first I would kind of... And as she's about to say something, you see that her form kind of slightly shimmers and shifts a little bit, and you look. It's as if you're looking into the mirror as she has morphed into your appearance. So I could. There's more things I can do besides eat you. I mean,
right.
I could make you a murderer, have you thrown in prison. I could there's tons of things that can. There's so much fun that can be had.
What happens if my morals get in the way?
I guess we'll have to find out.
Oh joy.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
you should. It'll be fine. I can tell that you are a religious man, and you make oaths to your gods. So what's one little oath to just transportation of a spice sled?
Right. Okay. I'm gonna look around one last time for any of my homies.
It's still just you.
Okay, well, here we go.
Tyler just wants to fight her here and there.
No, I just want some backup. Not to fight her. But,
Gotcha.
Okay, sounds like a deal. I'll take the bag. I guess
She-
I'll shake her hand if she wants me to shake her
Yeah,
hand.
she reaches. As you go to take the bag, she replaces it with her hand. Her form shifts back into her normal form of Mama Ethel, and she smiles and say, "It's a pleasure doing business with you, sweetheart."
The pact
then-
is sealed.
She shakes your hand and gives you the coin purse. Okay, well, remember, don't say nothing.
Can I say... I can't tell my party members? My compatriots?
Well, you can tell them you were asked to transport some spices, but I don't know why you would want to overeducate them. Seems unnecessary. Seems like maybe there'd be some kind of moral grounds that would be crossed, and it might leave a bad taste in some of your friends' mouths.
Do I get the feeling she's... It's almost like a threat?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
With your passive insight, yeah, it's a sugar-coated threat.
right. Can I reveal your magical abilities?
No,
No?
I would appreciate it if you did not say that. I would hate to have to visit you in your sleep.
Okay. Well, I can't say it's been pleasant, but I can't say it's been pleasant, but I'll be off now. We'll come and retrieve this sled later today, I assume. Maybe.
It'll stay right here. No need to wake me up and let me know if it's. Well, make sure if it's not gone within a day or two, then I know something has happened and you've double crossed me. So, I trust that you are a upstanding adventurer and you're a man of your word. So, no need to bother me anymore or have me bother you.
We don't know each other.
I don't even know who you are.
All right. I will.
Also,
Walk
make sure you
away.
learn how to make actual perfume. Okay, bye.
Oh, look. I'll get my alchemical supplies as well. If they're, she didn't take them.
No,
Well-
she went and take them.
Yeah, I will go looking for my friends out in the streets.
Yeah. You return back. into-
Friends. Friends.
You make your way away from Mama Ethel's establishment of the Three Flags Sailing, and you're kind of back out in the middle of the street. And go ahead and make just a perception check for me.
Okay. Ooh. Dirty 20.
Yeah. As you make your way back into the streets, you hear some of the local townsfolk, maybe some kids and some adults, talking about. The little kid's like, "Man, it was sure strange to see all those people be escorted to the Luskin Arms. It's real weird." I was like, "Have you seen those people before, Mama?" And the mom's like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, can we get some candy?"
I would.
No.
I guess I'd just say. I would overhear them and I'd just be like, they're good people. They're good people.
She grabs the kid's arm. "Don't talk to strangers, sweetheart." And they walk away from you. But you do hear that they were seen spotted going into Luskin Arms, and you begin to head that way. You are a good 5 or 6 minutes away from the building. It's not an overly far journey, but it's still a little bit of a process.
I got long strides because I'm tall.
Yeah, and as you begin to make your way in that general direction, we kind of go back over to the party. You guys are, you're in the Luskan Arms, and you guys have exited the establishment. You're all kind of standing outside of this establishment with Garrett and Keegan. Garrett and Keegan are kind of away from you all, and they appear to be arguing about something. It's a very hush-hush, quiet argument, but they actively do look like they are in some sort of heated argument. And you pick up keywords. It sounds like it's over about what just happened in that room. But yeah, you guys are standing outside of the Luskan Arms in the streets.
Well, that was, I don't like that guy at all.
Well, there's a lot of people like that in big cities, especially if they have power. Sometimes it's just better just to let them talk, and then we decide what they want, and after that, figure out if we want to do what they want or just not listen. But he could have definitely killed us in there if he wanted to, and would have suffered no consequences. So, just happy he didn't do that.
So don't get as angry and snippy as I did this time, like the next time.
Yeah, probably not.
Just not when we're there.
Oh.
It's just you. Go ahead.
I mean, I hope I'm not in that situation, but sure. I'll try.
Yeah, some leaders are a little deadly, so we'll just have to watch out and make sure we don't die.
I mean, he didn't really feel like much of a threat, though, right? I mean,
he's not the threat, but everyone he commands is. So, not worried about him. I could have honestly took him down by himself if he wasn't surrounded by a bunch of guards, you know.
And that old guy, he was weird.
I think he just had to stick up his ass.
He was just a drunk old man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're short one. Where do you think Lorian went?
Do you think he's
Lord,
okay?
Who knows?
Maybe he got hurt.
Maybe he had another vision and went after somebody.
Do we have any way to like find him without like doing a lot of work, or like?
Lorian!
I mean, that's yeah.
I'll look from above.
I mean,
You can
it
shout
has to be something really crazy going on if he just left us to be captured, right?
That's true. I mean, is there any problem with shouting? Can we just shout in the street? There's nothing wrong with that, right?
I already did it, so.
Lorian!
Gonna fly up and kind of do a little bit of a circle around the area, keeping an eye out for Lorian and also possibly Lonzy.
Yeah. So, Fiska, you fly up. From this bird's eye view, the weather isn't bad, so it's easy to do. Nothing too bad. You do see Lorian appearing to walk on the street as it looks like he's actively approaching in y'all's general direction. But he doesn't look. You don't see any kind of
I'm like looking around as I pass.
He looks lost, but not lost.
Yeah, it's like when you're in a store when you were a child and your mom like went around a corner and you're like.
But as you're up here, you get to see the true size of this town. I mean, you've been in Icewind Dale for a long time. You know that this town is well overpopulated. There is roughly 1,000 to 1,100 people that live in this building, this town. And from up here, you get to see a good view of just the size and the overwhelming strength. And you do see there are many guards that do patrol the streets. There are guards stationed on those little watch towers on the actual wall. You do notice that. Actually, go ahead and roll a perception check.
You see one aiming for you right now.
Terrifying. Let's see, did that send a chat? Yeah, I got 15.
Hell yeah, yeah. So you notice two things in the sky. You notice that there is, you notice there's a flying yellow snake that you previously saw in Nerith's office, flying away from town. And you see, positioned on one of those watchtowers is Lonzy, dressed in guard garb, and he's up there on duty, but he looks like he is still reading that piece of paper that y'all saw him with earlier.
Alright.
Those are the two things you do notice while you're up above. The snake looks like it is heading in a eastern direction, and Lonzy is on the west side of town. Along the western.
Alright. Well, for now, I will fly back down and gesture towards where Florian is. So we're that way.
And about this time, Lauren, you do hear Jayla and Elzel saying your name really loud throughout the streets. Only a couple. Nothing that would cause some sort of civil unrest or any kind of public nuisance complaint. Who knows? But Lauren, you are able to find the party outside of the Luskin Arms. Luskin Arms, as I described the other day, it is most of the buildings in this town they're kept up with. The Luskin Arms is a piece of shit. The roof is fallen off, shingles are hanging off, the door is hanging on by a hinge. Actually, the door has fallen off of its hinges. It looks like it's a slob. It's a terrible establishment from the outside.
I'll just I'll walk over and I'll wave. I'm over here.
Oh, there he is. I mean, he looks alright.
Are you okay? What happened?
Yeah, I'm alright. I couldn't get through the crowd.
Oh.
So, yeah. I didn't want to like draw attention to myself, so I couldn't really get through. I did take a job from a trader that we needed to deliver something to Bryn Shander for 155 gold. So
what is it? What are we delivering?
Spices apparently. That's what they said, spices. So
Right.
Oh, is this out of our way? Where is this on the map?
it's to the east. Where the lizard went, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will show you the town map of Icewind Dale. So you guys are in Targos. Bryn Shander is just directly to y'all's southeastern. Fiska, Jayla, you both would know it would roughly take 6 hours. It's a 3-mile distance, but it would take 6 hours by snowshoe travel. With the sled, if you're manually pulling a sled, probably 7 hours, 7.5, just because of the extra weight. Obviously, with axe peaks, that would be significantly reduced, but it's not a far away town.
I'm working on a totally different computer, so I'm trying to figure out how to zoom in and out and move this around.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's my problem.
Yes. So, yeah, I took the job because it sounded like good money.
That's a lot of money to deliver spices, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not a
that's-
trader, so I wouldn't.
Well, just let you know, it's really hard to get gold
I did-
here.
I
So,
did bargain with her. I started at 200, but she really worked me down.
oh, wow. She won that. Okay.
Oh,
I mean, are these spices or are these spices? I guess you probably don't know, right?
No, I didn't.
For that price, you probably don't know.
No, they.
I'm gonna guess we probably can't like peek at the merchandise or anything. It's one of those like deliver it and.
It was implied that we shouldn't.
Right. Okay. That makes more sense that it's that much gold. All right. Well, hopefully the shipment what is it? Is it
It's on a
Case-
sled.
boxes,
Some
bags,
Yeah,
packages?
boxes, I believe.
Oh no, it's on a sled.
Yes.
Who's gonna push it or pull it?
Did you guys get any money from the
Were we supposed to get money from there?
Yeah, what do you think we were getting money?
From the
We were
people who
taken by
from
a
the people
bunch
who
of
brought
guards.
us in?
A
Thought
rough
we-
couple of days.
thought we divided 35 gold.
We did. We're
We're
playing with you
we
in the
did.
game right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
were we supposed to get gold from the guy who brought us in
So,
with
I-
armed guards?
Yeah,
I
remember
don't.
we
I,
thought we were in trouble.
I don't know. I was just thinking, if we have money, we could get some axe beaks.
Well, as a matter of fact, we did get some money.
How
Yeah.
coincidental.
Here's your 35.
I unfortunately need mine though. I'm sorry. So I'll
Yeah,
walk.
I need a new sword. So,
But I
How
mean,
much
if
Would the
it-
155 be divided?
Divided by 5?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't do the math on
well,
that.
how much? How many?
31.
How many axe beaks would 155 get us?
So axe
Three.
beaks, an individual axe beaks costs, one axe beak is 50 gold. Originally I said, in the book it says it takes 4 to pull a sled. I said it takes 2 to pull a sled, just a sled with cargo on it. If
Right.
you are trying to be on the sled with cargo and be pulled by it, where realistically only one, you have a lot of big people. Maybe Fiska and Ichabod could be on a sled with being pulled by 4 axe beaks, but the rest of you guys are big, it's heavy, so it wouldn't work out as well being pulled on a sled with. It would work, but it would
So
wouldn't be
about
as many people.
so like
Sucks to be you.
200 gold would be axe beak, sled, and people being pulled. Is that what I'm understanding?
So
but that's just
So
small,
this-
like,
the sled, think of the sleds more so like dog sleds in that
Yeah.
sense.
Right.
Usually there's only really much space for one, maybe 2 smaller people on the back of it. These sleds aren't custom built. I'm sure you could probably get someone to build a custom sled that would have all of you in there.
Right.
That would take quite a bit of axe beaks and more
Okay.
sled dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to clear it up because there's a lot of kind of confusion around that whole. Think of an axe beak as an ostrich. You all can ride on the back of my axe beak.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the axe beaks are big birds,
Oh, we can ride 'em?
huge birds.
on
They're
the back?
ostriches. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, an axe beak is 50 gold.
One per
they're-
one for
one
each of
per
us.
person. One per person. Yes.
Like a chocobo.
Okay, so
I would
we-
say maybe Ichabod and Fiska could probably double down on one. Y'all aren't heavier creatures, but
So-
then again, y'all aren't.
so
that
4 of
close.
them without a sled.
Yes.
Hmm.
So with a sled, plus riding them, it would be a little bit more.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
But granted, if you are trying to get, if you're just trying to transport a sled, you could realistically just buy 2, just to pull a sled.
Yeah.
You still would have to walk, obviously,
Right.
but it would make the sled. It would make the sled pulling a little bit. It would make the time a little bit faster, not increasingly faster, but you would ride about around either 30 minutes earlier, right around the 6-hour mark instead of 7.
Yeah, and once we deliver the thing in Bryn Shander, then we free up our 2, right?
Yep.
And so then, and if you talked about it earlier, basically doubles our movement speed across.
Yeah. So yeah, the mechanic behind axe beaks is that basically it cuts your travel time in half.
Yes.
Depending on weather, if there's crazy weather, blizzards, or anything of that nature, obviously there comes a little bit of blowback on that. You would still get there faster than walking, but it won't be as fast as usual. I will say that there is, axe beaks are considered pets. They would be y'all's companions, so you would actually have to feed them a ration a day. So that is also another expense that comes with it. And then, as well, there are lessons to make riding an axe beak cheaper, or there are lessons to make riding an axe beak easier.
It's like trying to convince your parents to get you an animal right
Yeah.
now.
It's think of it as like a horse. First time you get on a horse, it's not always easy unless it's already broken. Most axe beaks are broken, but there is still a little bit of slight difference to getting used to riding them.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit to get used to them. So there are lessons you can pay for to help you with that, or you could naturally build up that trust and skill over time,
Wing it.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough decision because it's kind of an all or nothing, right? If we have them pulling the sled, we're still going slow. We're just not pulling the sled.
And there are stables in the bigger towns where you can rent axe beaks.
Yeah.
So if you have to transport, you could pay someone to rent the axe beak. So if you don't want to make a purchase on axe beak right now, you don't have to. There are
Right.
other things you can buy,
Yeah.
but they do provide a valuable resource, especially later on in this game.
Time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like right now we're not going very far, so it's probably not imperative. Once we are actually like, oh, we've got to go a couple days this way, it might be like more imperative. 6 hours, I don't think is, we can just pull the fucking sod.
Well, and I think when we have a little bit more disposable income, if we do, right? Like, that would be all of our money, basically,
Yeah.
if we bought.
I mean,
it
you
right
guys-
now.
I could sell the Yeti claws.
Yes.
Yeah, and you
that's
guys
right.
have only really been in Icewind Dale for maybe less than a week, so you guys haven't really been in or around, or haven't gotten y'all's name out there yet to like get jobs. And that's kind of like you building up a reputation to more income comes, because gold is hard to get up here in Icewind Dale. It is very much a secluded region, and 175 gold from the speaker and 155 gold. That's kind of a big deal in Icewind Dale. That is an unfathomable amount to most of the citizens.
So don't go throwing it around.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you have to act with a little bit of hesitancy whenever you're buying stuff. But there are people that, especially in the bigger cities, that do have that wealth. It's not like it's unknown. It's just harder to obtain.
So okay, and now that we've by the way, it's 31 gold to each of you. If
You
you
have the
haven't.
gold. She paid you already?
Yeah, she handed me it up front.
Oh, cool.
So
Well, that's
Trustworthy.
nice. Like, just to, like, should we hold on to it just in case, or can we just spend it?
spend it as long as we do the job, right?
That's true. I mean, if we die on the way, then we're not really tied to the job anymore. So.
Right. I'll lower my voice a bit. Don't ask how I know, but I think I know. I could probably name the serial killer. Don't ask how I know. Again, I prefaced with that, but also
Ichabod says,
How are
is
you
it...
not supposed to ask?
I can't tell you. That's why you
Is-
can.
Is it
That's
Sepik?
Yeah, you all know the name of the person. Y'all just don't know what
Yeah.
they look like, except for Ichabod and his visions. I think that's what Tyler's trying to convene.
So he was a tall sailor, blue eyes. I could name him if I saw him.
I can describe him for you, Lorian.
Yes.
I'll describe through Lorian's mouth. So what Lorian saw was a well-built man, very not overly muscular, not underly muscular, very well-built. You can tell he's a hardened man. He looks like he's in his early 30s, late 30s. It's kind of it's kind of weird the way the age looks on this man. He has this olive complexion. He has dark hair that's kind of pulled back into a ponytail. He doesn't look like he didn't have any facial hair at the time. In fact, you looked at his arms whenever Mama Ethel did transform into him. You just see that he didn't have any hair on his body at all besides his hair. So he's like smooth skin. He had a very stylish vest on that matched with a pair of equally stylish pants and boots. And it was a similar side to what is worn by mariners or sailors. From what region you don't really know too well, just because of your background, you're not too well versed with sailing in that sense. But it appeared that they didn't have any armor on besides what they wore. No cold weather clothing as well.
That.
Yep.
So
Duly noted.
my voice would be lowered. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, the murderer is,"
It's like playing a game of Clue in the middle of the street.
And also, I had I did get a vision of the the dark complexion dwarf, the Duergar. I got a vision of what they were doing here. It I believe it was in the southwest. Is that correct, or was it southeast? Southeast. In the southeast spine of the world, Duergar were mining and forging Charladain. And they used that metal. They are making a dragon out of metal. Oh, that's what it looked like to me.
Shit.
So,
I'm sorry.
Right, again, you can't ask. You can't ask how I know it, but you can
No,
ask about
no. I was just gonna ask you to repeat yourself. You said a metal dragon.
Yes, a metal
Okay.
made of the same thing the mace
Right.
was made of.
that sounds bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it was it big, like a really big dragon, or?
It was big as fuck.
That's big.
Oh,
So
Wait, what's fuck?
It's actually you might be able to see it. I will pull out both of the potions of draconic vision.
Yeah, he pulls out 2 vials of this very green, murky liquid. It looks like swamp water and moss mixed together. It's really nasty looking, but he does have 2 vials of this strange liquid.
So if you take if you drink the potion whole, then perhaps you will see something similar to what I-
Ichabod thinks, heck no.
Yeah, I was just gonna
So, I'm
say,
gonna ask-
can we wait till we camp and we're like situated, and you know, just in case it has a different effect on me that it does on others.
Sure, I'm big, so maybe it'll hit you more.
Right,
So-
right.
Right.
Going back to the recap and everything from the last session, when Lauren was talking about the mark on his back and his terrible childhood and all that kind of stuff, who all actually knows this?
About
I think I
the
do.
everyone knows about the backstory.
Okay.
And then he did explain. I do believe Lauren explained what Malor was to. Yeah, Jayla and Elazar kind of noticed that as soon as he said the Beast Lord initially, but then he explained what it was. So you all know that knowledge now,
Okay.
to the degree of what Lauren informed you.
Right. So, that being said, Ichabod still hasn't forgotten that he went after him with a flail. So he's not quite as trusting, maybe, as some of the others.
Duly
Right.
noted.
Thus, I'm not drinking anything that you've got that looks funky like that.
Yeah, and thus you are a monster or whatever he said.
Yeah.
So that's what I did while I was gone.
well, I'm glad we weren't murdered or put
But
in
me
jail.
too. Me too.
Where'd the potions come from?
Can't tell you where they came from.
Wow.
You're
Wait.
being real
Actually,
sus right
Elazar
now.
just like scratches his
Actually-
head. He's like, "How long were we there, and how long were you where you were?" Like,
There was about the same
I
the
did-
same amount of time transpired.
Right.
It was an hour.
Actually, I did make the potion. If that helps.
That makes it worse.
well, it was already kind of. There was already like, I don't want to say anything more,
okay.
but yes. Also, we don't have to leave like today, but we should leave like within the next 2 or 3 days.
Well, also,
So-
remember the lottery? It happens every 30th. So
What's today?
I think
You
Jeremy
guys
told
are
me,
still-
like 23rd, 24th.
You guys are still, if you do want to check the calendar channel, you guys are still on the same day of Uktard, the
The
23rd.
23rd.
So you have, I mean, it's about 4 or 5 p.m. in the afternoon currently. Just because you guys did get there at like 2 a.m., slept a little bit, and then did this, all the shenanigans transpired. So it's still the 23rd. So you have 7 days till the 30th. Usually, the lottery is held in the morning or on late nights on the 29th. It depends on what city you're in.
Maybe we can figure that out. We can ask somebody.
I'd like to perhaps go to the the harbor, the Frostfire harbor.
Are Keegan and what's his face right beside us still? Are they still?
Keegan and Garrett are, y'all did hear like the background noise of them arguing a little bit. Garrett is still remaining there. Keegan is no longer there.
Can I walk over
You
to
could assume.
Garrett?
Mhm.
First thing I'll say is, you two all right?
Keegan didn't like that. I mean, I'm not really happy about what happened either, but Keegan wasn't fond of being held as leverage, I guess,
Hmm,
is the right word to use.
that's fair.
Um,
I mean, I didn't.
I wanted to apologize to you as well. I didn't think any of this stupid shit was going to happen. I was just trying to fight for payment for you because what y'all did was quite a big deal. I mean, I wouldn't be here. And I do have some pull in town, but Nerith's the only one that has that kind of gold on hand, so.
Right. I mean, payments great. I think. I mean, you saw how I reacted in there. I think the biggest thing was it was sprung on us, right? We thought we thought we were in some serious trouble, even though we were trying to act like we didn't do anything wrong. So that's where we
No.
were acting from. But you never know. Doing something wrong isn't not doing something wrong isn't always what people are brought in for, right?
He puts his hand up a little bit. Let's talk about this more so at home.
Sure. No. I'm not. I didn't want to go into detail. I actually wanted to ask you a question. I just want to make sure the two of you were okay.
You see, when he thought you were about to keep going about Nerith, maybe say something bad. Or
No.
You see his eyes were kind of looking around a little bit, so you pick up on that with your passive insight. But
Sure.
you can continue. He lets you continue.
Yeah. No. I just wanted. I don't know this place at all. I was just wondering if there's anywhere in town that anyone sold diamonds, or if not in town, the closest place to get those, specifically like 50 gold pieces worth, or higher.
Yeah. I'm Jacob is personally looking at the shopping,
Yep.
the lists. He thinks a little bit. I mean, you could try maybe Grendel's Fine Dwarven Craft. That is, he's a smith, but I don't know if he'd have diamonds on hand, per se. I can't really think of anywhere here that would have a diamond, but I do know over in Bryn Shander there are several magical shops. There's Abella's Arcana. There is the Frosty Finger. Those would be the two places that I could think of that would probably have your best selection on that. I mean, Torque's Caravan might have one, but that is kind of it would be expensive, obviously.
Sure.
But
We'd love that. Torque's Caravan, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they're in town. Usually there's a big celebration when they come to town. The little kids love them when they come to the town, but
Yeah, we've heard.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I appreciate the information. We'll check, or I'll check out Grendel's anyway, and
The Frosty Finger. Don't forget the Frosty Finger. In Bryn Shander.
Bryn Shander, yeah.
Yes.
It sounds like we might be headed there anyway, so that works.
Awesome. Well, if you guys ever, I'm about to go back to my house and try to make amends with Keegan. Might want to buy a flower on the way back, but just know that you can always sleep in our house if you're ever in town. Granted, there's not much space in there, and I don't know how Keegan feels about the damage that's happened inside the household, but I'm sure with all time, time heals all. So,
Sure.
and I will make sure he works on your horn.
I appreciate that.
Make sure
I
gets that done for you.
appreciate the invitation for when we're around. That's big. That's thank you.
You don't need to thank me. You saved my life, so
Well, I mean, yeah.
thank you.
Take care, and I hope things work out. Are there flowers here? You can buy flowers here?
I mean, not really.
Flowers.
But, I'm gonna do my best.
Sure. Metaphorical
he
flowers.
begins. Yeah. He begins to leave, and then he says to the rest of you, "Don't be strangers. Stop by whenever you feel inclined to. Just make sure you knock. I'm sure Keegan will have tea ready. See y'all around." And he begins to walk away from y'all and head back towards the direction of where his house was.
Well, what's left here?
So, like I said, if we feel so inclined, the serial killer. is left
He's here.
He's been killing here, no? So.
Oh, it's specifically his sound. Sorry, I have a terrible memory.
The body.
Or he was here at least.
Yeah.
'cause the body seemed like it was reserved kind of from the ice and stuff, so we don't know how long ago
Yeah.
it was.
What?
The ice dagger was still not melted.
Well, I would know that the body was actually found in Ethel's inn.
And when did she find the body?
Oh, I didn't say she found the body, but
Oh, sorry. Well, if it's in her inn, I would assume she found it.
and someone moved it, is what I've been told.
And you're not allowed to.
This is
Alas.
Lorraine, tiptoeing on ice.
Someone moved it.
Yes,
Okay.
out of the inn into the.
And does
street.
this? Do you happen to know when this someone moved it?
I don't.
Lauren, she didn't say specifically. I don't recall saying specifically when she found it, but she did admit that she did find it, and then whatever she did with it. But there wasn't any kind of. She didn't put a time frame on when it happened.
The person didn't say when they moved it, but it was I assume it was pretty quick.
Well, because if Torque's caravan isn't here, then it's Sethic, right? Whatever
Sethic.
his name is, right?
Well,
Probably isn't here.
is that he may not be the serial killer, right?
No, Jacob just said we know his name.
Yeah,
we
y'all.
know what he looked like.
Yeah, if you recall, y'all were all hired by Lynn Trollbane to find Sefik. She was the one that kind of said that she's been kind of keeping track of him, and we got sloppy when was discovered a little bit. So she sent you all out to eliminate, capture, find out more information on what's going on. But you, Lauren, you do know that Sefik is the name. Like Sefik Caltro was the name that she
So
said.
that Sefik is the guy I saw.
The guy that you saw is Sefik. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't make that jump.
Yeah,
But-
that's my bad.
Okay.
That was Sefik.
Okay. Yes. It must have been. They must have been here quite recently.
Yeah.
I would like to at least look at the docks if he was in sailor garb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I mean, if we wanted to ask questions, I don't know who we would ask questions to. So our eyes are probably better than our voices at this point, right?
Yes, and if he's in sailor garb, perhaps there is someone there who would know. He probably would not go as maybe Sefik, but
Right, but I mean, you start asking around, then you start drawing attention to yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I think we just have to look for now.
all right. Well, if they came and found us, it wouldn't be so bad. No.
I guess that's true.
Well, I need a new sword, so
Um,
I'm gonna go look for a sword and
well-
go shop a little bit.
I was actually who was it who I was talking to? Which one of them was I was
You're talking to Garrett.
Garrett. Okay, I just names.
It's good.
Um,
You're good. You're good.
I was just talking to Garrett, and I'm looking for something. So I was gonna go to. You say Grundle's?
Grandel's Fine Dwarven Craft.
Grandel's Fine Dwarven Craft. Sounds like you might find a sword there if you want to come with me. I don't know if we all want to go. We could do that.
Yeah, I have some things I want to get.
I think we've split up enough for now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can't leave Lorian alone anymore.
Well,
What do
I
you
mean,
mean?
actually,
I got
if
us
we do, if we
155
do leave
gold.
him alone, he gets us golden information. So we don't know where he's getting it, but
But he's also
I'm out there making.
secrets
I'm out there making money. I'm making power plays.
and doing it very secretively. So
Yeah,
we can't
that-
know any information.
I will say the tough part is what happened in the house, paired with you having more secrets. In literally the 45 minutes we were apart, you got all of this stuff. So
I really
mean,
can't say it.
no. I'm not asking for information. I'm just saying it's suspicious.
Yeah.
Well, I told you. You know my deepest, darkest secret.
Sure.
right?
Yeah. And we
I
spent 2
appreciate
whole
that.
months together before this. And
We didn't really. You weren't
never
talkative.
told.
You weren't really talkative. I'm gonna be honest.
You didn't talk either.
It was like a transactional thing. I hired you to go to take me up there. You took me up
You
there.
didn't think it'd be important for me to know that you could turn and
Not-
attack me at any moment?
I just go like this out in public.
Yeah, you guys are all kind of you guys are still standing out front of the Luskan Arms. You kind of talking. It's not like you're directly in the road. but you do see that there are, you are getting looks. You guys are a strange batch of people and characters.
Didn't mention what you were. Just
Is
said
it-
attack
Is
me in the
anyone
middle of the night.
specifically listening, like really
No.
intently? Okay.
Well, you can make a, actually, I would say you can make a perception check to
I
see.
will. Absolutely.
Laundry.
He might be.
Oh, where's
Got
my...
sharp eyes.
I don't have all my screens here. Perception.
He's just staring straight at us as he reads our lips.
Uh-huh.
19.
Yeah, with that 19, you do look around. You don't see any. There's no one around you that would that actively. I mean, you guys are, there are people side listening, but no one's paying attention. They're not like watching you. They're not listening. It's just the usual. And with the droning of the general conversation within town, the only thing you guys are doing is kind of like obstructing a little bit of the traffic flow of walking, but it's not to a point where it's so obnoxious that someone has to step in and say something or pay you any mind. There are people just passing you talking, and every now and then people will glance in your direction. But it's not as if it's like they're like, just like, whoa, what the hell are these people? Like I've never seen this kind of people before. Like, this bunch of people. That's what you get with that.
Okay.
I'll continue. Yeah, I'll answer Jayla's question. I'll be like, I just, like I mentioned, I didn't want anyone to think of me like that. Also, I thought maybe it could stop. It didn't happen for a while, so I thought, oh, I don't need to mention it if it's not happening. But I didn't want to be seen like that.
Like what?
Oh, well, for you to know. Because even if I didn't look like that, you could still see me as a monster.
What? I don't see that as a monster. I've met one before.
Really?
You are way better than him. Honestly. This guy was a piece of shit.
Well, I've never met one like me, or like that per se. I'm sure there are assholes, right? But I wasn't
mean-
around for people who mostly had the choice to do what they wanted.
Well, I don't see you as a monster, buddy. You attack me again, though, I'm gonna knock you out. Again.
I hope you do.
I'll just pat him on the back. Real hard pat.
Right.
Alright, let's go.
So we're going to the smithy.
You guys are all going to the Grandale's Fine Dwarven Craft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Need to potty.
Yeah, if y'all, we can take a quick bathroom break real quick. I want to get some more water, so go ahead and take a quick
Okay.
bathroom break.
Take five. Back on the
Take
set in 5, guys. Okay.
I need to mute my camera. Or my audio. I'm back. Everybody took 5.
Oh, okay.
Bathroom break. Yeah.
I wasn't sure how long their conversation was gonna last, and I figured if we did go shopping right away, Jayla could get her sword first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to her sword? She broke her sword?
No, nothing happened, but I have two-handed fighting, so I think another scimitar would be cool.
Gotcha.
Is a scimitar a
I
one-handed
have
weapon?
money. Huh?
Yeah.
Scimitar's a one-handed weapon?
Yeah.
I was... How did you have two?
No, is a scimitar
It
a
is,
one-handed
yes.
weapon?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, sweet.
I was like, I don't know.
I wanted to say it was. I just wanted to double check because I didn't want you to.
I would assume it's light and finesse. How do you tell if it's one-handed?
It should say it on. So in your inventory, if you look at it.
You wouldn't be able to
I'm
use a
looking.
shield if you had that, by the way.
Oh, not even because it's.
Oh,
strapped
because
to
you
my
have a
arm?
wrist shield.
Well, yeah, yours
Yeah,
is a
like
wrist shield.
that?
That's right. We worked with that. Yeah.
Oh,
It's because
yeah.
it's like a collapsible shield kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. I keep forgetting about that. I'm like,
Yeah.
That
Granted,
doesn't work.
from your backstory, it made sense.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm cool.
Yeah, I think a scimitar is like the like what you'd see in like Aladdin or like something that pirates have or something like that, isn't it?
Mhm.
Isn't that a scimitar?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's just a sword that's curved at the top.
I
Yeah.
almost bought one for the Halloween episode, but then I was like, what am I gonna do with it afterwards?
Yeah, if you guys ever,
You could have a sword.
Sword fight.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you guys in the
Sorry.
Tin Towns channel, if you see anything you want to go to, like any buildings or anything that seems interesting, just let me know, and we can. I mean, we will.
We're in-
It's up to you guys if you. Okay, so the ones that have the thumbs next to them are the ones that are completely done.
We're in Targos right now.
Yeah, you guys are in Targos right now. But yeah, if you ever want to go to one of these shops or anything, this channel's always going to be open, so just go ahead and let me know. I have the ones that have the thumbs up emojis. Those are completely done, but that's not saying that I can't. You know, I have the material. I can improv. I can do all that with it. So.
Oh, what is that?
What are you
Sorry, I'm eating.
Fruit snacks.
Yeah.
I think we should go fight someone at the Trip and Shuffle.
A trick.
That sounds like a dance. A dancing place.
It's a rough
We
dance.
just go dancing.
Yeah.
It'd be more fun after we almost died.
Actually, now that I'm looking at this, yeah. I mean, it depends on how long we're here. There is one
Well, there's
place I would
yeah.
like to go though.
I'm gonna in between. I think I'm gonna start like in between, like main quests or missions or like any kind of leads or like, when you have like downtime like this in a sense. I'm gonna ask you at the end of the session, like, is there anything you guys specifically want to do, just so I can prepare something. Like I have stuff prepared, but just so I can prepare a little bit more, put a little bit more thought into it, just so
Sure.
I can meet y'all's expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Three Flag Sailing sounds like it might be a good place to go to look for this gentleman.
That's Mama Ethel's place.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's Mama
Oh,
Ethel's
interesting.
tavern.
Okay. I didn't remember.
It is near the docks. That is near the docks.
Oh, we can
And-
stop in there, and then I'll just like
Gotcha.
look at her, and then she'll look at me, and then we'll go fast.
It was the list of stores posted somewhere.
Yeah, it's in. There's a text channel called Tin Towns. So any
Ah.
kind of shops, the ones that have the thumbs up emojis, those are completely 100%ed. Like everything's scripted, planned out. The bigger cities I've been saving for last because there's so much, especially in Bryn Shander. There's a lot in Bryn Shander. I gotta work on that, but I got that in a week. But yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, you guys wanted to go to Grindel's Dwarven Crafts?
Yeah, we're all going.
Yep.
Yeah, I assume so.
Hell
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, you guys. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Aunt Ethel didn't say I didn't say we couldn't look inside, right?
Look inside what, her tavern?
No, the goods.
She did say don't do anything questionable ethically.
She said don't do anything that would make your moral codes change, or she was implying that it's probably best for you not to do it, but she didn't specifically say
can.
she didn't say you cannot. But she
Well,
just
I'm
implied it
curious.
heavily. She implied it heavily. She didn't say, she gave you an outline and lets you do what you're a grown up.
I'm supposed to be the one who's curious.
Yep. Yeah, you guys make your way over. You ask a couple. I mean, just because you aren't really well versed with Targos. I mean, Fiska, Jayla, you guys have been in town, but you never actually lived in Targos. You don't know everything off the back of your hand. So you do ask a couple of townsfolk, a couple of Dell folk, and they do point you over to a small, one-story building made out of very withered stone. And this establishment looks more so less of a shop and that of a singular room home there is a large glass window in the front next to the door, and it gives you a view of the interior of the building. And in the center of this room, this building, whatever you want to call this small shack of a building, is it's a huge forge made out of solid granite. There are some runic engravings on the top of it, around the edge of the where the actual forge opening is. But the room appears vacant. Inside, the forge itself isn't hot or glowing. And this doesn't look like a typical smithy shop, as most smithing shops or blacksmiths, they have weapons and armors on display for customers. You do see that as you peer through the window that there is a man behind a very small table, a dwarven man, obviously, that is smoking on a large pipe. He is very elderly in appearance. He's bald. He's very muscular. To a human, he would appear maybe late 60s, early 70s. However, in dwarf years, that's easily pushing 300 to 350 years old. So he is well aged. But you guys stand on the outside, just looking into the window, and yeah, you guys are there. The door is shut, obviously, and it kind of looks like this, except for the fire's not going.
Does
Jacob.
from the outside, does it look like, is there like a lantern lit? Does it look like the people could walk in, or does it more look like knock?
Well, there's
on
a door.
The door?
Yeah, it's like a knock on the door kind of
Okay.
thing. The things that the axes and stuff on the walls and weapons, those aren't there. This was just a sample photo
Right.
I had.
Right.
The dwarf looks just like that guy.
Okay.
And then there are the
Shit.
tools. There are the tools used to make a weapon, and then you have the runes around the forge.
Okay.
What were you gonna say, Kabad?
Go ahead, Nathan. Yeah.
So going back to the 10 towns list,
Yes.
unless somebody was actually from one of these places, we wouldn't know about like the whole list of locations unless somebody told us about them, right?
I put this list out there just more so of for you guys to know what shops are in the town. So I'm saying this is common knowledge. You're gonna ask people in the towns; they will point you to the locations.
But like,
so
Ichabod wouldn't know to ask about a shrine of Arl,
no,
right?
I'm not saying not necessarily you guys wouldn't know about this information off firsthand,
Right.
but there would be talking throughout town. It's not like it's a secret.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a secret. People do talk about there is a shrine of Orl in Targos. It's not anything where like this. All this information is common knowledge.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
happens.
it's not-
that happens to
yeah.
be where I wanted to go.
Yeah, so this is all for you guys. So if you ever want to like,
Awesome.
hey, I want to go here, just let me know, and we can go there.
Okay.
I want to go to whoever's causing the eternal winter. Let's go!
It's just a shrine.
Yeah, mini sessions.
She's
still
not
in
going to be
front.
there, right?
I mean, the shrine of Arl. I mean, there might be somebody I'm like, they know it's this person.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys are
Anyway, yeah.
outside. Yeah, for sure. You guys are outside this establishment. The door is shut.
yeah. If we see
just-
someone in there, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna knock.
Yeah.
You see the man behind the little table get up, and he opens the door, and just looks at you.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Um,
Can I help you?
I'd like a scimitar.
A scimitar. Okay. Well. He looks back at the forge. It's gonna take me a while to cook it, make it up for you, but I don't have one on stock. But, it's a fine
Ah.
dwarven craft weapon.
I'm not too picky, so
Okay. It's going to be. Let Jacob refer. to
it's
it.
25 gold. At least the one I bought.
Jacob has his own list.
The dwarf is scratching his head right.
It's fine dwarven craft.
Does he have that tattoo on him?
Yes.
Would we know what that means? It's his favorite.
You can make a
band.
you can you can make a religion check.
Okay.
Seeing that
It's Thundercats. Thundercats.
So this guy, you say it's 25 gold. He said it's hard to get dwarven crafted weapons in Tin Towns in Icewind Dale. I do charge a little extra, but my weapons do have a little bit more of a kick.
Oh,
They're spicy.
But they are order made. I can make you any weapon. I can make you any kind of armor.
no, I don't need that.
Okay. Yeah, if you want a scimitar, I can make it for you. It's going to take. It'll take me at least 6 or 7 hours. You'll have it by the end of the day, but. Or not by tomorrow. You'll have it by tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. that's
Yeah,
what I was
yeah.
thinking.
So
Oh,
it would be around 37 gold and 5 silver.
Okay.
Now, if you don't want a weapon, you can always try the general market over at Tap Taps. You could go to Bryn Shander. They have the black iron blades. They're not. You didn't hear this from me, but it's not the finest quality of work. But it's no Grindels, I can tell you that.
I mean, just if you have the time, make the scimitar, and I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay. I take payment up front, just so I don't get robbed. Obviously.
Okay, I mean, I can't really rob you if you have the weapon, but okay. Sounds like I could get robbed, but
I have to pay taxes. I'm just being formal. Yeah. Thank you so much. I will get right on that. Does anyone else need anything made while I'm working? I can.
Just a question.
Yes.
Do you? I mean, this doesn't. I mean, it's possible that you infuse your weapons with them. Do you have any gemstones here for sale at all?
What are you looking for? By chance.
A diamond, about 50 gold piece worth.
Let me see if I have anything in stock. He goes back to look in some of his drawers and stuff. Can you roll me a D100?
Mm-hmm.
hey, babe.
Yes.
When it says it gives a little kick, is that like extra damage or?
So on order made weapons, when you roll a nat 20 on your attack roll with the weapon, the target takes an additional 2 damage of the weapon's damage type.
Oh, nice. 2 slashing.
Yeah.
And
And
if
you want,
I wanted it to like pay a little extra to have a little something more, that'd probably be a lot more, right?
you would know that this is just from his crafting, and his forge has these you probably don't see it, but you probably can. I would say you have a faint sense of there's some sort of magical aura around the forge itself. So you feel like as if the enchantment or whatever he does these weapons is aided by the forge. Now, if they wanted magical properties imbued onto weapon, you could visit a magic shop in a different town to probably get something like that.
Okay.
But as far as his experience, he can only craft a really well-made weapon.
Okay.
It was a 41.
Sounds good.
A 41? Okay. Yeah, you see him pulling open drawers, looking, shuffling papers. And he comes back to you. I don't have a diamond on me, son. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's fair. It's the.
I have some coal if you want some coal from the.
That'll take a long time to become a diamond, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
So,
Yeah, thank you.
I rolled a 19 on the religion check on his tattoo.
Yeah, you would notice that his tattoo is praising. It's kind of a combination of 3 different deities. It looks like it's for the dwarven gods of Morandon, which is the Allfather, Biranar True Silver, which is the Reverend Mother, and then Klingdon Silver Bear, which is the Father of Battle. You feel as if there's the 3 common deities that dwarves usually worship, and this tattoo symbolizes those 3 deities.
Could I ask where you're from?
Oh well, originally I'm from. I come from Clan Battlehammer originally, out in the ice, but there was an issue with some. I ran into an issue of business in there, and the clan leader himself decided that it's probably not the best idea for me to stick around, and I agreed with him. I went peacefully. He did help me with an investment to set up shop here. I do still get ingots and such from the dwarves there, but I am no longer welcomed. Yes.
I think we met some of Clan Battlehammer, right?
Yeah, we did.
Out on the ice, we met some of Clan Battlehammer.
Well, I haven't been there for well over a couple of centuries now. It's been a while since
wow.
Been a while.
it's been a while. But yeah, I haven't been home in a while. But that's fine, perfectly fine. Targos does suit me well. Besides, taxes are a little steep, but you know,
Right.
the money is here and the work is as well.
Is do you have any out of curiosity, do you have any specialty goods or like specialty items, special, things you're super proud of?
I don't carry that kind of equipment on me. I am quite fond of my forge, though. It is quite impressive as far as forges go. The only thing I find of quality that's special to me are the weapons I make and the armor that I make. You look like a well-armored fellow. If you want armor, you could pay some for armor too. Out of RP. This order-made armor. So whenever someone's wearing the armor and an enemy scores a critical hit against them, the damage is reduced by 2.
Just let me die at that point. Okay. Is there anything I guess I could do for you, or perhaps for the dwarves of your home? Well, of your old home, perhaps.
I have no requests. You mean you could buy a weapon or armor, and I can make that for you? But as I said previously, I've kind of cut ties with them. I don't know if it's harder. Yeah, they don't really outsource jobs to
Right.
non-dwarves. No offense.
They seem a quite secretive bunch, so I was just wondering how we might come into their good graces.
Help them out whenever, I guess. If you helped them out before, you said you met someone on ice. Did you help them?
Yes, we helped them.
Well, unless you have some sort of messenger or some sort of way to contact them, that's my best bet. They don't go looking for help often, so.
So just be like, hey, if you guys need any help, just
Yeah.
let us know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at least that's how it was when I was there. I mean, they could have changed customs a while ago.
Right.
They could have moved. I mean, you said you've seen dwarves. Those could have just been remaining members that just wander the ice. There are tribes that do that.
Perhaps. I think that's all I need.
Okay.
My compatriots may be different.
Jacob, we didn't have anyone tan that hide yet, right?
No.
So I'll say, actually, one more thing. Is there anyone in town who can tan hide?
I mean, you could go to maybe the market square. There might be a tradesman there. You could probably go to the Galloway Trade Depot. There might be some trade that could happen for that. Or
Well, I think we're on our way to Bryn Shander. Would that be a better place to find something like that? Is Bryn Shander a bigger town?
yeah,
Yes.
when Bryn Shander, Targos, and East Haven are the biggest towns. You would know that Bryn Shander, they do have a smithy and outfitter, so the outfitter probably would be able to tan the hide a little bit.
That makes sense.
This dwarf did mention that black iron blades, that the quality of work on their swords wasn't the finest compared to his. That's what
Sure.
his little under the table insult was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll get right on that for you, ma'am.
One request for the sword.
Yes,
On the. Okay, hold on.
the hilt.
No, on the blade part, you know where the big round part is?
Yes.
I want ridges in it. So,
Ooh.
like, when I. Like, say
Serrated.
if I did, like, a nat 20, it'd, like, rip flesh out or something.
So you want like a serrated
Sick.
scimitar.
Yeah, but just on that part, and then, like, the rest of the blade be regular, if that makes sense.
So just for Jacob's concept, you want the sharp part normal and then the back side of the blade to be rigid. Oh, okay, I see. On the actual, okay, yeah, I got you. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks at you. I can do that. Yeah. It shouldn't
Cool.
affect the quality of the metal. The metal should be fine, so the sword should take easy with that. So yeah, I'll get right on that for you.
Thank you.
No problem, thank you.
And, wait, just so I know his name, it's,
It's
I
Grandel.
assume this same name
Yeah.
as the place. Okay.
It is, yes.
All right. Thanks, Grandel.
That was his people.
Any,
Hey,
any,
it could've been.
any time. Good day to you. And remember, come back tomorrow. Say around maybe noon. I'll have it done.
Okay.
He begins to immediately start working on this this item for you.
Nice.
Yeah. So what were you guys? What else did you guys want to go do while you are in town? Y'all going to the harbor, the harborware?
I wanted to. Well, I can't remember who mentioned it, but the Three Flags. Stop in the Three Flags. Just do a quick look, and then I'd like to step into the harbor and look around for
Okay.
the homie.
Yeah. You guys make your way. leave Brindle.
What is the definition of
Could I-
homie at this point?
It's whatever I want it to mean.
Could I do something first?
Yeah, for sure.
As the party starts to walk away, Fisco will be like, "Oh, I forgot what I wanted to order," and she'll go back and knock on the door, and see if the door comes back out.
Yeah, you see him through the window, pull up his goggles, come to the door. Oh, sorry. Did you want something?
Do you do crossbow bolts?
Do you have one on hand that I could look at?
I do. And she'll pull one out. I'd like a few made out of silver.
Wow, this is crazy.
He's like, I think I could do that for you. How many were you trying to get?
Just 3 for now.
3?
Yes, please.
Okay. I don't know how much crossbow bolts cost, so let me look at it real
I don't know
quick.
how much they are in silver.
So
either.
it costs for a bundle of 20 costs 1 gold. So for 3,
I mean, I'll take 22 if that's how they call them, but I just
No.
need like a little bit of safety, you know?
he agrees. I mean, he's a little bit steeper in price with them for these order made weapon or ammo. He will give you 3 bolts for 5 silver.
Perfect.
Okay. He's like, come tomorrow at 12 with your friend, and they'll be here ready.
Will do. Thank you.
And for you, Emily, they will do the same. They're gonna do the same thing. They'll be silvered, obviously, but they're gonna do the same thing as order made weapon. So
Okay.
that the logistics on that I will get to you after the game and all that. I'll put it on your character sheet.
I appreciate you saving his feelings. That was sweet.
Of course.
Yeah,
Hey,
Fisker
also
rejoins
make
you all.
something that can kill the homie.
Just in case.
Jacob, I didn't take any notes during the heated conversation last game because I was involved in the conversation and not the writing part of it.
Yeah.
When I asked about the owl, do you remember what you said to me? Because I don't remember.
So Nara said that there had been sightings of a very large owl, a horned owl.
Yeah.
He said people have spotted that, but it's been, for him, his interpretation, it's been kind of like an unserious like claim, like, you know, tall tale kind of thing. But hearing it from ventures that came back from the wilderness, he kind of took it a little bit serious, and he said he would kind of investigate a little bit.
Okay.
And then he did tell you about, you know, you guys told him about the corpses with orals barking on it, and he said that there were other sightings like that as well. He said there were also sightings of like balls of light and pure light that are just wandering in the ice. Yeah, that's basically what he said. So he took it with you kind of get back that pushback from like understanding that it isn't uncommon, but it's one of those things where it's still kind of chopped up to a tall tale, in a sense.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we don't all have to do this, but I think if, as a cleric, and this being like a god, a goddess, I would want to go to the shrine. And like I probably like I wouldn't get too close. I wouldn't like go in it if it's a going in it type of thing. I think I'd want to like keep my
Your microphone
distance.
cut out, Craig. Oh, say that again.
I said I don't think I would want to go in it if it's like a you go in it type of thing. I don't know if it's like an outdoor thing, but I think I would want to get close enough just to like
To Oral Shrine.
to feel it. Yeah, to the shrine. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
And yeah, if he mentions where he's going,
Yeah.
Ichabod would absolutely go with him.
I would definitely vocalize
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Does anyone else want to go with them as they go to the shrine, or did y'all want to go to the Three Flag sailing? Just kind of split apart for a little bit.
I would want to go to Three Flags
Okay.
sailing, and then
I'm gonna go with Lorian to keep an eye on him.
Well.
What you want to do, Fiska?
I'll go with Ichabod. He's always doing spooky shit.
Okay. So yeah, Jayla and Elizel, are y'all trying to? Y'all aren't trying to like sneak away from them. Y'all are actively, because you're gonna have to actively ask people in town to the shrine, which they would point you to.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I would say Jayla and Lorian, they're not unaware that you guys are going.
Yeah,
But,
I wasn't anticipating.
Yeah, no, we're
to
yeah,
hear from anybody.
we're vocalizing it like
Yeah.
I mean
For sure.
Yeah.
So I would say you guys do split apart. But those of you going to the Three Flags Sailing, we can do you guys first, and then we'll come back to the Oral Shrine party. Jayla and Lauren, you guys do make your way over to Three Flags Sailing. Once again, this building is. Let me find what I wrote down about it. Once again. Son of a chicken nugget. Okay, hold
Language.
on. Yeah, you guys do eventually find yourself. Lauren, you're kind of familiar with this place now. You've had a strange experience here. Yeah, you find it easily with the small bits of laughter. There is still the constant chopping of vegetables, as Mama Ethel is always preparing a soup somehow. There's an occasional belch that breaks the noises around you, the city streets, but it is a very normal tavern. It's open. Are you walking in?
I would walk in and I'd look around for this man that I've seen.
Yeah, you guys
Man.
walk. Yeah, you guys walk in, and of course, Mama Ethel behind the counter is like, "Welcome in, y'all. It's nice seeing you so early. The last time you guys came in a little late."
Well, we're in the town now, so do I see the man around?
You can go ahead and make a perception check for me. Mama Ethel, are you guys hungry? Yeah, I have some fresh soup. Very delicious.
I got a 13.
You look around, and it's not a big area, not a big room. It's not overly packed. You do glance around. You do not see this individual at all. So it doesn't appear that they are in this building.
Okay, I would go up to her and I'd just lower my voice. I'd be like, Mama Ethel, would you perhaps know of the whereabouts of a man? And I would describe what I saw. I've heard sailors come through here often.
She scratches her head a little bit. I've seen him in here before, about a month and a half ago. But he hasn't been in ever since. I mean, he did look like a sailor type. Maybe you could check out the harbor, but he hasn't been in my establishment for quite a while. I don't know why. I gave him some good soup.
Unappreciative of good soup, I guess.
It's hard to find good soup in Iceland. I can tell you that, sweetheart.
Would there be anyone on the harbor for us to talk to that would help us or give us information of such?
I honestly have no idea. I don't go to the harbor often, but sailors do like to talk. I mean, it's been a little rough seeing as the lake has been frozen, but there's still business down there. I mean, I'm sure some people would talk. People are always willing to talk for the right price. And she winks at you.
Are you implying that I should pay you?
No. No.
Okay.
No, not me. I don't know. I like I said, I don't know anything, sweetheart.
Okay.
She looks over to your Calfrin, or the Minotaur. Sorry. She looks over to the Minotaur. Are you sure you don't want to take a seat and have a drink and some warm soup? You look hungry.
You look hungry.
Okay, thank you. It's hard to stay well fed in Icewind Dale, but thank you so much. Complimenting me like that. Lauren, she smiles, and she smiles, and you see her teeth are a little chipped and crooked in her smile. So there's a little bit of a rot going on in her teeth as well.
You look hungry.
I would also say, would you know a place to buy alchemical components to perhaps make the substance known as alchemist fire and perhaps perfume?
I don't. I mean, Bryn Shander has.
Brinshander.
They have a shop over there. There's a potion shop, I believe. Piona's oils and elixirs, she might have what you're looking for. Now, perfume-wise, you could find that at any good trade market. There are people out there making perfume with the strangest ingredients nowadays. They make them out of paprika and pepper and stuff. It's just, this world is, you don't know what it's coming to. It's strange times.
Of course. But thank you, Mama Ethel.
For sure. Anytime. Just remember, if you ever get hungry, I always have food for you guys. For anyone. They are all my kids.
All right. As we walk out, I'll be like, so Jayla, do you want to try the potion of draconic vision?
Let me see it.
I'll pull it out again.
Can I just look at it and see if I can tell if this could kill me or anything?
Eyesight wise, no. But with your heightened senses, your sense of smell, you take there's.
Yeah, I forgot.
Don't worry.
Absolutely.
I can't ever forget, so it's okay. You do smell, like I said prior to that, it doesn't smell like poisons with your background. You know what poisons smell like and all that good stuff. It doesn't smell overall foul or tainted within that sense, but it doesn't smell pleasant. But it's not to the point where it's like going to kill you. It just smells like a cold liquid. The bottle itself feels as if the liquid has hardened a little bit and chunkified a little bit.
Right.
But it isn't something that you would think it would kill you.
Okay, I'll uncork it and drink it then.
Let me shut my door real quick.
I'm gonna use the word chunkified more often.
Chunkified.
Chunkified. That's like a cat that gets
I
eaten
don't
a little
like
bit too
how
much.
excited he is.
Let me shut my door.
I wanna make sure while she's drinking it, I wanna make sure if she tries to like pull away, I wanna make sure she finishes it.
Okay. Are you just drinking it on that?
Chicken out.
Are you just drinking it in the establishment? You going
We
outside?
we
Where y'all
stepped
going?
outside.
Where you guys just step outside?
Well,
So
I
you
stepped
guys are
outside.
are y'all just gonna be standing in the street, or you want to go to the
We can go to an
alleyway?
alley.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, Lauren, you lead her to a very familiar looking
I
alleyway.
shake my tail.
Okay.
I'll shake my tail too.
No,
Oh,
no,
what?
Real trust
No.
me right now.
no, you're my tail. You're my tail. You know your
Yeah.
tail.
So you uncork this vial and you drink it, right? You uncork it and drink it, and you burp real loudly.
No, I don't.
You drink it and it's unpleasant. It's like you're drinking, a sludgy food that's been jumbled up. There are hints of strange meat that you've never really tasted before. It's not overall unpleasant, but it's not entirely pleasant. It gives a weird mouthy feel as it kind of like sludges down your throat a little
Like
bit. You swallow it.
applesauce?
Think of like moldy applesauce. That's kind of the texture profile we're going for. There's a little bit of like a chunky milk aspect to it as well.
Okay, stop.
But I defer. It's just cute.
Jacob, please keep going.
You drink it. It sits in your stomach, and it's heavy in your stomach. Your eyes do whip to the back of your head. Lauren, you see her. Well, I guess it doesn't really make sense because she's blind. Her eyes are still white. Your eyes, metaphorically, flip back to the back of your head, and you are kind of
Does
transported.
her body language change?
She does. Her muscles do stiffen up a little bit.
Gotcha.
As in, she's like.
Working.
So you are like seemingly think of it as if you're pulled from your body. Think of it as your camera zoomed in. You like zooms out all the way, and you're above all of Icewind, all of the northern region, and you push in towards the southeast, towards this mountain range known as the Spine of the World. It is a very vast mountain range. The mountains aren't the size of Kelvin's Cairn, but it is very vast. It's littered with dozens of mountains here and there. You push further into this vision, and it sees you kind of like winding through these glacial paths and snowy rolling hills. It pushes in further, and you see more mountainside. You push in further, you see a couple of animals, and you get to a point where you try to push in further, and it feels as if your vision is restricted by something. You feel as if you're trying to push deeper, but it's met with this overwhelming sensation of pushback to you. The sensation pushes against yours, and
Can I
you are.
Can I just like relax and not push anymore? And
Yeah.
See where it takes me.
For sure, you relax, and it kind of similar to when you drink it. It pulls you back out to like a zoomed out version. This time, it zooms in. You're above 10 towns. It zooms in further. You're above Targos. It zooms in further, and you're looking at the top of your head and Lorian's head, and your vision just stays above the two of you.
This is dumb. Can I look for you know who? Can I try to push for that?
You feel as if you are trying to manipulate this vision quest. It's kind of out of your hand, out of your realm of like ability. You try to push back, but you're still met with that overwhelming push. And you feel this presence kind of in the same mind space as yours, as if someone is actively looking at you too. But you don't
Wait.
see anyone. You feel as if your vision has been hijacked by someone.
Yeah, when you relax, someone started watching you.
Oh shit. Oh, they know we're looking at them now.
So I can't tell where it's coming from. Like I don't have a sense of direction where I'm being looked at.
More or less, this is more so of a sensation you can't control. There's nothing where you can like look around. I will give you this. I will say, go ahead and make a wisdom save to see if you can push back.
It's nice to use. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay, go for it. Hell yeah.
It's a wisdom save?
Yes, wisdom saving throw.
Alright. Okay, that's alright. That's better. Save. 19.
Okay. You describe to me how you're pushing. Like, tell me what you are trying to do when you push back on this.
I want to use
Just describe to me what you're doing, like in this moment.
well, it's in my mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just gonna use my brain power and strength.
Okay.
hoping my muscles help my brain power to push
Okay.
back on this.
For sure. You actively resist. You beat this resistant force as you are pushing back. You push back against this force. And you kind of zoom back out, and you're kind of back above Icewind Dale, and you don't see anyone. You don't sense anyone. You feel as if you temporarily beat whatever was opposing you, but you get the sense that you not only did you use a potion to try to find information, someone else seemed to hijack that and find out more information. You get that underlying sense that someone knows about you and Lorian. And about this time, Lorian, as she is in this state, she's in this vision longer than you are. You do see that her nose is beginning to start to bleed as there is some sort of strain happening within her body.
I'll like wait 2 more seconds, and if she's not out of it, I'll maybe like, I'll start like talking to her, and then
Yeah,
if
I
that
have no clue. I'm just gonna keep
if
trying.
if that doesn't work, I might shake her a little bit, and then if that doesn't work, I'll slap the shit out of her.
Okay. You continue to try as best you can. Even with your good wisdom save roll, you feel as if this force is actively stronger in this specialty. You are in a deadlock of a tug of war, mental tug of war in a sense. Lauren, you do notice that she does begin to convulse a little bit. Both of the sides of her nose are bleeding, but she is still in this state of strain. But yeah, she is. You see that she is struggling, and this is a weird effect to this potion happening to her.
Oh god. Look. I didn't mean to kill her. Could I have my alchemist supplies? Is there something I could do to like treat her or
Me.
snap her out of it?
Just hit me.
I did hit you, I thought.
Oh no, yeah. So if you that was mistranslated over me. After she started convulsion, you did hit her. She did snap out of it as soon as you hit her.
Can I like just punch him out of like reaction?
Yeah. I don't want you guys to do damage to each other, but this is just more so just like a slap and then like a reactive punch. So these blows were traded, but Jayla, you are back in your vision.
What was that? Are you okay? Also, ow.
Oh, sorry, reflexes, you know.
What happened? My nose didn't bleed like that. You-
Well, didn't see what you saw. Got to the mountain, and that was about it.
Mhm.
And then, some reason, it went to a view of us, where we are right now.
Oh,
Something was watching us.
fuck.
Yeah. Maybe you should have left this in the cauldron.
What? Well, it was only us two, and we didn't wait at camp. But I do recall something now. Someone did see me. A Duergar did look straight at me in my vision, and I think maybe if he saw me.
Oh,
Correct.
great.
Sorry,
And
that
you
slipped
didn't
my
wanna
memory. It
tell
slipped
us-
my memory. I know it seems convenient,
You know, I
but
have scary people after me. We cannot.
who do you have after you?
That's none of your business right now. You have your secrets. I have mine.
I don't have that many secrets. So-
Sure.
What is the
Ow.
potion called again? Remind me.
The potion of draconic vision or draconic sight. Draconic sight.
Draconic sight. Okay. All right.
That's what I named it.
Yeah, he named it.
Oh, you named it that. I was like, wait, I'm part dragon.
No, yeah, I let him name it.
Well, it was my potion. I made it. So
Yeah.
you know.
So you guys. Oh, sorry. Go. You can continue. My bad.
I would just say, do you feel well?
Yeah, I feel fine.
Okay.
Wait, do I feel fine?
I memean, you feel your brain hurts a little bit. You have a headache.
Oh.
But other than that, you don't see any kind of other negative effects.
You did see it like worked. It took you vision sight beyond sight.
I mean.
Oh, would she have seen something instead of just sensed it? Yes. Yes, she did.
It's your potion.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I've been able to see before this, but
Okay.
I guess y'all
Oh,
wouldn't-
okay.
I
You
guess
weren't
y'all
just.
wouldn't know that yet. But,
No, you didn't tell us. So
um,
you saw? You saw it pull you out.
You had the sensation. In the vision there was slight sight, but it wasn't anything incredible. You were able to make out your surroundings and stuff, but it wasn't anything too like. It's not like you're looking at a 4K TV. You're nearsighted. Think you're actually nearsighted. Think your glasses are off. It's like that.
Oh,
Shit.
gotcha.
It's terrible.
see anything.
Shit.
So, yeah. So I think at least on my attempt, the magic did work. Perhaps because they saw me, they were prepared.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Well, I didn't see anything, so that was a waste of time.
Well, the magic worked.
Yeah, now something's looking at us.
That was unintended.
Wait, so can I sense anyone looking at us right now, like just from without the potion now?
No.
Okay.
But they know where we are.
You know
We
where
go
Us two are.
we go over to the shrine guy, the shrine tribe.
Shrine guys.
You guys ask around, and you do actively get pointed to a small shrine that it's outside of the town's walls. It's about Oh, you get pointed in a general direction, and someone says, "Oh yeah, the shrine is over there, about 2 miles to the west,
Oh,
over
hell
that
yeah,
direction."
that accent. Thank you for
Oh.
that. No, like, literally, thank you. I love it.
Oh. Well, thank you. I'm gonna lose the accent now that I've been called out.
Well, you shouldn't do that, because that's a very good accent.
I think you're going Irish there for a second.
Oh,
No,
brother. Oh, brother.
Nathan Begora.
But over there, about 2 miles, you have the shrine.
Thank you.
Good day.
Can actually
Good
just
day-
actually
good
just
day.
really quickly. I don't know much about Oral. Are you a follower?
No, fuck that bitch.
Okay. So who built the shrine? I don't know if the shrine's gonna tell me that when I get there, but
You often talk to shrines.
no, I'm not saying that. Maybe there's a plaque or something.
Oh,
yeah.
I have no idea who built it. It's been, I mean, it's supposedly it's been there for forever.
Okay. Well, thank you for the directions.
Any day. Adios.
Wait, no, hold on. What do you do? What do you do for a living?
Oh boy, I used to be quite a fisher, but now I'm more so an enthusiastic drinker.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, where do you normally do that thing?
Oh, drinking.
Hmm.
Fuck, you caught me stumbling.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter the
Usually-
name, right?
Usually, I like to visit the Trip and Shuffle. It's very very rugged.
All right. Oh, maybe we'll see you there.
Oh, maybe we could probably get into one of the local fist fights.
Sure, I got those.
Friendly fist fights, of course.
I just kind of hold up one of my fists, and there's a little bit of lightning on it. I'm like, yeah, you're getting those from time to time.
He goes like this. Oh, you look like you can handle yourself.
I'm like, thank you. Appreciate the information.
Bye. He walks away from all y'all. You guys.
We'll never know his name.
But we'll see him. We'll
Um,
see him again.
he was a human, freckle-faced, redheaded guy, and he had a chunkier face. He had a gap between his teeth. He was
That's racist.
okay. But he does walk away. Are you guys gonna go 2 miles outside of town to the shrine? So you guys do know 2 miles. That is 4 hours of walking, hiking.
Holy shit.
It's quite a way away. It's
Yeah.
quite a distance away.
Wait, what direction is it?
He said it was to the west of town.
To the west.
the
Opposite way, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just
That's a bit of a trek.
yeah, I'll just turn to them and say that's I don't think that's gonna happen. Hopefully there's another one somewhere else.
we'll
I
have
mean we're kinda in that geographic location, right? There's probably others.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll hit it some other time, but yeah, that seems a little excessive right now.
Yeah.
And it is about 6 or 7, so it is getting quite dark
Yeah.
outside as well.
Yeah.
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 To the trip and shovel.
All right. Like Elzel, we got stuff to do.
Well,
You
I
guys
mean-
do. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. No. I was just gonna say, I mean, we did sleep pretty late. What else are we gonna do while we're here? Are we leaving today? Tonight?
Good. Good. I have a thought. Do either of you know anything about Nerith's snakes?
I don't believe so.
Did we do a check on that? We did a check on that, right?
So he did. You did ask him about it. He said that the three he had a red snake, a green snake, and a white snake or yellow snake named Trixie, Dixie, and Pixie. You do recall that he said that he used them as couriers for his messages and stuff.
Yeah.
And you did actually see him send all 3 of them out whenever you guys were finished talking.
Okay.
So you do
Yeah.
you do know that general information that they were sent as mail carriers.
They're like pigeons but snakes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Thanks. Forgot that.
Well, I suppose we should just since this is way too far for us. We should just meet up with the others and figure out what's next. I mean, I suppose we could leave, right? We had a good sleep. We like through most of the day, so we could travel through the night if we want to.
Should we go ahead and head to the harbor?
That's probably where they're
meet
gonna
up.
go. Yeah.
Meet up with them there.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys ask around, and Jayla and Lauren, you guys also are headed to the harbor as well. So you guys, I would say you guys do arrive relatively same time. And as you make your way over to the Frostfire Harbor, you notice that. So it's on the east side of Targos, more so along the actual Lake Dwalden. It is. It's a sheltered harbor, and there stand 7. There are 7 structures that are designated writings on it that says owned by the Dock Workers Guild. There are 7 structures, and as you guys ask around, as you guys are getting there, there are general information about, people say that Dock Workers Guild, it's the only guild in Targos, and frankly all of Tin Towns. These buildings in the harbor, they include shipbuilding, workshops, laborers, barracks, there is some luxurious accommodations for high-ranking guild members and like private little houses, like kind of think of like above shop hotel rooms. And there are also large warehouses full of lumber. There are lines for sails. There's different rope. There are very very much so other construction materials here. There are quite a few men and women at work, and there are even a few children at work as well. And they are just going about their own business. And you guys kind of all convene here at the entrance, more or less, so to speak, of the harbor.
All 5 of us, like we've reconvened.
Yeah, everyone reconvened. Yes.
Okay.
Hey, how'd the shrine go?
It was too far.
Picture of a boat.
It was way too far, and it was in the wrong direction. We were hoping it was closer, and if not, it was on the way to where we were going, but not.
Okay.
So how would you guys do?
I tried to.
I like the dichotomy. Oh.
No, go ahead, Lorian. I want to see what you say.
So we tried. I tried to see if Mama Ethel knew anything because sailors frequent the bar, but she said she saw him 3 months ago.
She said about a month and a half ago. Yeah.
A month or a month and a half ago.
That's a long time.
Right. I asked if there was anyone we could talk to. She was like, I don't know. Oh. And then I asked about alchemical supplies or, components, and she said go to Bryn Shander.
That's kind of like we've heard that like 3 or 4 times now.
That sounds like the place to be.
Yeah, that sounds good thing we're going that direction.
So, I just thought we'd give it a look around. She said to grease people's palms. As it were.
I don't have that spell.
Oh, it's
I used to know a kobold that could grease anything at once.
You guys all die. You guys all mysteriously die for some reason.
but also me and I feel like I should mention it. I feel like Jayla would be like, "Whoa, he didn't mention this."
Isn't Jayla right there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, she wanted to see what I said.
Oh,
but
you're right.
But she did take one of the potions of draconic sight.
Mm-hmm.
And she did get like a vision, sort of out of body, sight beyond sight kind of feeling. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll just keep going.
So did you take? You took one of these too, right?
I took. Yes, I like I said, I made it, and I took it straight out of the batch. Yes.
So far, like that she got what you got out of it.
So far.
Okay.
I'll keep
sure.
going.
Yeah.
And then she apparently, from what I've been told, met against some force, and then she was like, correct me. She relaxed, and then it came and looked at us, and she thought, oh, someone's looking at us, and then from my perspective, she started nose bleeding and slightly convulsing. So I tried to be gentle, but that didn't really work. So I slapped the shit out of her, and then she punched me.
Okay.
Well, you got a
What's
lot
wrong with you
done.
people?
So,
So
And
I
that-
can't.
that-
I honestly can't decide if next time I should go with you or not go with you on these like little escapades, because like you find out really good information, you make money, but there's also punching and nose bleeding, and this
It
is
comes-
it's wild.
it's a part of the risk.
Okay.
It's a part of
Well,
but I remembered something
Oh.
that was relevant.
yeah.
When I had my vision initially, I forgot this. It sounds convenient, but my memory just failed me.
Sure.
I something when I had my vision, one of the Duergar working. I lower my voice at this.
Yeah.
One of the Duergar working on the metal dragon did see me and looked straight at me. I thought when I was in my vision. And so I think perhaps maybe he was prepared for wandering eyes.
So as soon as he says that, despite the fact that he's speaking low, I'm gonna look around and make sure nobody's watching.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Sure. Holy fuck, same as last time, 19.
We're in the sailor part, so maybe.
There are many people at work here. You do notice that there's one individual, very, very much so far, further away. I would say maybe 60, 70 feet. Not ridiculously far, but not incredibly close. They do actively seem to be looking in your general direction. You notice that they look over, hold the gaze for 5 seconds, and then go back to work.
Did they look over as he said that? Or did they look over just because we are who we are? Can a 19 tell me that? Because literally, as soon as Lorian started like hushing, I would have been listening to him but looking around to see if anybody's like,
Yeah. You did seem to notice that as soon as Lorian mentioned it, this gentleman did look over in y'all's direction.
I will
would-
put my hand up right away.
And about this time, as you do this, you do notice that this individual does disappear further into the harbor, away from.
Did I notice what they look like?
They look like a dwarven individual. They had. They didn't look different in complexion. They looked very much dwarvish. They were small, stout. They had a black beard. They were bald a little bit, but they did very much so look like a dwarven individual.
I just really quickly say someone heard us. Dwarf, Blackbeard.
What?
Would you say 60 feet, 70 feet away?
Yeah, he was about 60 feet further into the harbor,
Yeah.
working on one of the ships, but he actively seemed to disappear behind
Yeah.
the boats, and he's out of sight at this point.
Yeah,
Do we
But-
chase him?
Should we? I mean, 60, 70 feet, he disappeared into the crowd. Are we here for a dwarf, or are we here for something else?
He knew
But
something.
you did notice that. Sorry, let me to further build to the description. They are wrapped in very thick fur clothing, as it is Icewind Dale. So all you could really see was their beard, and
Okay.
yeah.
Did they seem slightly tall for a dwarf? Were they pretending to be a dwarf, I suppose, is...
You make the best guess that it was a dwarf
Okay.
size individual.
Okay. Okay.
It's 3 kobolds in a coat.
Yeah, right.
Fisko could find them.
It's possible Fiska didn't see them. I only saw them. It was just all I have is a dwarf with a black beard.
So we're
It's
not
not a very
chasing.
specific description. There's a
We're
lot
not-
of dwarves with black beards.
We're not chasing them.
I mean, 60 to 70 feet away, we could, but we'd gather a lot more attention, right? The dwarf's not who we're here for, but we can keep an eye out for him now that we know a description, at least that much anyway, right?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
did
just
I-
FYI, apparently we can't even speak low.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't miss anything, Jayla.
So,
Sounds right.
so is it safe to assume that whatever stole you guys after you drank that potion now knows about us?
Well, knows about me and Jayla, perhaps.
And if they follow, and will know about us. They know.
Um,
Do they know where we are? Did I understand that?
Well,
If-
it was like zoomed in from Targos.
So yeah,
Two.
they know where
they-
we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have drank it if I recalled or he recalled that someone looked back at him in
Sure,
the vision.
sure.
It was.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot.
I mean, there's no blame here.
There's
It's
a lot
done.
going on.
Right.
It's
That's
done.
the
But
nicest thing Ichabod said to you.
Yeah.
In a minute.
it's done. We just know we got to get out of here quick. We got to do what we need to do and get out of here quick.
Sure. So
Um,
let.
Bright side, it takes a while to travel to places here, so maybe we have some time.
Right.
I mean, unless they have really quick ways of getting places, right? If they're
Like Axe speaks, but yeah.
Or
Yeah.
magic.
I mean, even then, axe speech would take a while, unless they're right in Brenshander, which was not my.
Which is where we're gonna go.
You're right.
Elazar's
After you
like,
guys,
Elazar's like, I
after
would,
you guys buy your weapons.
yeah. Elazar's like, I would,
right.
I would speak really low about it, but I don't think we can. Let's do our job.
Okay, I would just searching through the market or through the harbor.
Yeah, I guess we're just walking. I don't as a group or as like 2 and 3. I don't know. Like,
Nonchalantly.
Yes. Let's go.
well,
let's
actually,
go
we should probably have an actual goal. If anyone stops us and says, "Hey, what are you doing down here?"
Looking for a friend.
Yes.
Looking, or for transportation.
We're looking
Oh,
to invest in
okay.
a shipping company.
Ooh.
That's a good idea.
I'm not good at lying, so
Well,
I don't think I am either. So.
then let's just say we're looking for a friend. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Who's the
Because
friend?
technically it's not lying.
I'll ask
Right.
about the friend though.
Yeah, we gotta get our story
Uh,
straight.
We're looking for a person.
We're
Nope.
looking for a long lost relative,
That they'll still ask about that.
a
Yeah.
friend of a
Looking
friend.
for a yellow bone.
Oh,
We're-
what's it like about the middle
friend of a
friend?
friend.
We're new here.
thought we're
We're just looking.
We're looking. We're looking
We're just a
around.
bunch of nosy
We're
people.
exploring.
Yep.
We've
Okay.
never been.
Tourists.
We're-
We've
yes.
never been to the ocean before, and we're excited to be here.
We just want to know everything about everybody.
Maybe Ichabod should take anything that comes. He seems to
I'll be right back.
know what he's doing.
You know, there's an obvious thing which y'all could say that's just like flashing. So you'd be like, we're just looking for work.
Oh. That's
Yes.
They might ask us,
That's
to
what
go.
we do.
but then we'll encounter another one of those Loch Ness monsters.
Oh, yeah.
That is
More
still
children will die.
still
I
left
mean-
untreated.
Yeah, he's probably still killing people.
So yeah, we could do that.
Okay, are y'all guys are y'all putting yourself into pairs? Are y'all wandering all through together? What's those Which
I'd go
y'all's-
2 and 3s.
Okay, who's with who?
Who wants to be with me?
Not Ichabod.
I think
Oh wow.
Well, I think Elzo did say he wanted to go with you last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So you
I'll
would be
stick
with next-
Elzo with you.
Yeah, we'll just say he's
I've
going with
had-
you.
I've had enough Valorian today.
Yeah.
What?
I feel safer with Ichabod's confidence.
What?
Yeah, I'll just be the muscle for you guys.
Alrighty. We'll wait for Craig to get back real quick.
You know, now that I think about it, we should always separate me and Lorian because we're the muscle of the group.
I don't know what you're talking about. Fiska's pretty strong.
Yeah.
What? Who's weaker, me or Ichabod?
Her hollow bones make for strength.
They do. -1 strength.
That's
Uh,
pretty much where
Hey,
I'm at.
that's-
Fiska is actually
Can't
stronger
think
than
of him.
Ichabod.
That's hilarious.
Fiska is stronger by 1 score point.
I am hollow, Ichabod. That is embarrassing.
Well, The truth
So
will
they
come
could-
out one of these days.
All
We've
right.
never taken the thingy off it.
Yeah, he still has that scarf.
Oh, that's true.
Eliza and Lauren, you guys are going. You two are separating from the party. The rest of the guys y'all are split into groups.
All right.
So yeah, you guys push further into the harbor. Everyone is working. There are. You do as you go into the harbor. It does split off a little bit. There are like 3 or 4 different distinct. Think of like smaller roads, I guess, inside of this harbor, for different areas of work. But you guys just push further in, and you guys just appear to be walking through the harbor. There isn't. People are hard at work. You do have to duck as some people are hauling lumber, and they say, "Watch out!" and they swing it above you. It's very chaotic, very hectic. There's a lot going on in here. What are you guys? You tell me what you guys are doing as you push deeper into this harbor.
I would be looking for the guy
Okay.
that I saw, and I'd also be looking for anyone who's looking at us, and any maybe clues. I don't know, something that would be like, hey, something's not right here.
Okay.
Well, I think if we kind of made a plan, I can look for the people looking for us if you want to look for the other things.
Specific.
Sure. Yeah.
If that makes sense, I don't know.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I'm just not good at looking. But yeah, we can do it.
Okay, you two do y'all's respective roles. As you guys kind of naturally split apart. I will say that pretty much Lorian and Elza, you guys kind of wander to the leftmost side of the harbor, and the rest of you guys kind of wander to the right, just to split up, cover more ground. What are the other 3 of you guys looking for as you guys are pushing in?
Good.
I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
guess
stand there
the-
and kind of look strong and
The dwarf and/or Sefik.
Okay. So you can make a perception check as well, Ichabod. Jayla,
Ichabod's doing.
there's no check. You look strong and menacing. Fiska, what are you
Cool.
doing?
I don't know what Sefik looks
Ooh.
like, so I'm just
Okay.
looking for black bearded dwarves and
well,
active.
Lorian described it to us too.
Yeah, I described what it
Oh, he
was.
did. Okay, yeah, I'll look for things matching. that.
Okay. Yeah, you make a
Dirty.
perception check as
Dirty 20.
Okay, so dirty 20 for Ichabod. Elza, what'd you get?
I'm very distracted by being with Lorian and the potential of like taking drugs and possible mischief and unexplained money making. I rolled a fucking 2 for a 6.
I got a 3.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Yeah.
You guys are just super troopers over there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't offer him any drugs because I don't want him to know.
No,
anymore.
but
if he approached me for them,
But I'm hearing about potions and secret money making, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, okay, so who's our target? Who, like, where are we gonna get this stuff?
where are we gonna make all this fucking money?
looking for the completely wrong people.
So Fiska, you got a 13. I see that in the chat. Ichabod got a dirty 20. Super troopers over there. Danny got Rolo, and Jayla is just menacing. Yeah, Elza, Lorian. We'll do you guys first. And you guys are wandering. You're in the side. You're on the side of the harbor where they are actively cutting wood. You see people are twisting rope and making thicker ropes on this side. There, strangely, there are an equal amount of adults as well as children working here. They are equally doing their own work. Sometimes the kids will do work that adults can't, vice versa. There are no child labor laws here in Icewind Dale, right? You guys are kind of just wandering through, overtaken by this surrounding of just active work. And you do see there's a single, there's a small child with a little kind of like sign hanging around his neck that says, "Join the guild now." And he's just like, "Attention, attention! Any non-guild members that would like to join the guild, please donate here." And he has like a little tin cup that he's shaking, and it sounds like there's coins in it. And he's just blasting that same message over. "Attention, attention!" He's just trying to get anyone's attention that may be new or any kind of passerbyers. But that's all you guys really see on this side.
I'll walk over.
Wait, no, but as you do, I'll just lean towards you and be like, do we really want to get involved with any more children right now? Because there's a possibility if we do, he just dies like tomorrow.
Oh my god.
I'll just start frowning, and I'll be like,
Yeah, that's kind of what's going on in my brain. What's going on in your face is going on in my brain.
fine.
I mean, what guild are you? Do you want a guild? Do you want to join a guild?
Feels like a guild would have a lot of information about things going on, trading.
Right,
such.
but we also have to get out of here pretty quickly, right? Do we have time to like join a guild and go into the guild and talk to the guild and get out from the guild and go elsewhere?
We have as much time as it takes for them to find us.
Which might be like, I mean, they know what town we're in, right? It might be like now. It might be like.
I mean our party companions.
Sure, right. Yes, that could be pretty quick because we're pretty identifiable. They could come here and say, "Yeah, we're looking for this and this," and then it's like, "Oh yeah, they went down there."
So you don't want to join the guild, or?
I mean, we might be able to come back and join the guild. What is the guild? Did it say anything?
No. I think we have to go up to him and he'll.
And talk to a child? Do we? Sure.
Well,
I mean, sure. Okay. Let's entertain it for like. We'll put a time on it, like 2 minutes.
Just okay. 2
Yeah.
minutes.
Okay.
Hello. 2-minute pitch. Go.
Step right up, step right up. I got the hottest deal in town for you right now. You can join the guild, the Dockworkers Guild, as these fine other lovely people are doing. You see that man over there? He's chopping wood. He gets paid a copper a day. You see that lady over there? She gets paid 2 silver for twisting that rope into those big strands. Stay with me now. Pay attention. Yes, for only 5 silver a month, you can get discounts on ships, equipment, boat rentals. You can even get a loan, cheaper rates. They do have low and high interest depending on the cloth you're cut from. There is also a protection service fee. There's insurance on any boats that are rented, and there is potential for possible payment on damaged goods. What do you got? What can you do? And he
Wait.
points
So
at Lorian.
do we have to like work for this?
Well, you don't just join a guild just to join a guild. You want to work for a living, right?
That just sounds like a union, though.
Yeah. It sounds
He leans
like...
in close.
Okay, well that
Leans
guild.
back up.
I mean, I get it. Guild sounds a lot cooler, but that's false advertising. And it's pretty obvious with your 2-minute pitch.
I see, sir. You're not interested in joining the guild. Thank you. Have a great day. He begins to turn around and try to run away from y'all.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's that. I
He's-
suppose. I'm
he's-
sorry if I ruined that, Lorian.
He's gone. He has disappeared away from
I
y'all.
was kind of interested in paying the 5 silver for discounted boat rates. And what about the loans, the high interest loans?
Well, I mean, maybe there's another kid 20 feet away.
Right. Well, if we need loans, we can always come to the guild.
That's true.
It's
The elevator pitch was so good.
Get a 30-year mortgage for a boat or whatever.
Whatever.
Well, it's probably like a small boat because it's like a lake. It's
Yeah.
not probably like the big one. Like the one on the screen. It's probably not that boat.
Probably. Sorry.
Let's become pirates.
Yeah, like that.
The Icewind Raiders. Yeah.
just leave Icewind Dale.
Yeah, it's like screw this.
Too
we
fucking
out.
cold up here.
Let's just railroad.
You feel as if your boat tries to leave Icewind Dale, but it just breaks apart.
It's frozen in place. Well, we
Um,
tried.
You guys go. We're gonna jump over to the other side of the group. Let's go with your 13. You don't see any dwarves or anything like that looking at, but you are actively looking for anything with suffix likeness on it, right? You do see that there is some boards that say missing fishers, missing sailors, missing workers. And you do see amongst the many images that are on there, you do see someone that looks like Suffolk, to the exact description, as there is a flyer with his face on it. Ichabod, you with that 20, you see the same thing Fiska sees. You pick up on that flyer as well. You do notice that there is about roughly 120 feet from you, at the end of this. You're pretty much on like a road, or like a semi-road inside this harbor, but 120 feet. Let's say about 140 feet. At the very end, there appears to be a dwarven man with a black beard, just looking in y'all's general direction. He is going to. He just is looking in y'all's direction. But that's what you see with those rolls, both of you.
Ichabod looks to his partners and doesn't say anything. He starts making hand motions, like points at the dwarf, goes like this.
Jayla, you hear some as Ichabod's moving his hand through the wind.
And Fiskal will look towards the door.
Yeah, Fiska, as he motions you over, you do see a dwarf with a black beard wrapped in thick furred clothing.
So basically, what I'm trying to say is we should like that's the guy. We should go like split up and like encircle and go and approach in different directions.
Oh.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
All right. Fiska like takes a step to the left.
Okay.
And Ichabod will go the other way.
Okay.
Did you say it was
Without
at
thinking.
the end of a dock? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so about 140 feet on this. It's not on the end of a dock.
Oh.
Think of this harbor as having like many roads inside of it. It's like its own little community of sorts. But they are on this thing of as just like a main road, and at the other end, about 140
Gotcha.
feet, is that dwarf.
Okay.
The docks are further, deeper into the harbor, but they're nowhere near where you guys are at right now.
Understood.
So, Ichabod and Fiska, you guys begin to split off. Jayla, are y'all conversing any of this to Jayla, or Jayla's just standing there menacingly?
I don't know that she's blind.
True.
Ichabod, do you?
I mean, I
Can't
can.
rem-
No, y'all two don't know.
Okay,
Wow.
nope. Nope, we just
But
moved.
I can hear very.
Yeah,
well.
Jayla, I was gonna follow up. You do hear the breathing and heartbeats of Ichabod and Fiska begin to wander away from your general
I'm just
vicinity.
gonna go one direction and follow.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d6 for me. You roll lower than a 3 or lower, you go with Ichabod. You roll 4 or higher, you go with Fiska.
You step off the harbor into the ocean.
2.
All right, so you begin to chase after Ichabod. You're following in Ichabod's general direction. Yeah, how are you guys? This individual seems to be looking in y'all's direction. You get the sense so far they haven't picked up on anything. They're just looking in your general direction. How are you guys approaching?
Fiska's definitely gonna want to make it look like she is just like checking things out. Like if there are stalls on the side, she's gonna like check out some fresh fish at the stalls.
Okay,
Yeah. Slowly make her way down.
right on.
Ichabod's going to try to weave in amongst all the activity, but he's not going to go out of his way to feign interest in anything else.
Okay. What are you doing, Taylor?
Just following. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, a lumbering, massive minotaur.
Does Ichabod know that Taylor's like stumbling around behind him?
Yeah, you hear the. I mean, she's not running into people, obviously.
Oh, right.
But you do hear the slightly heavier footfalls behind you. So you pick up on that with your passive perception.
Taylor, be cool.
This is me being cool. I'm 6'4".
How long has it been since we were in the meeting with the?
With the sound speaker?
Yeah.
It's been well over 2 to 3 hours at this point.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's roughly around 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So it is dark outside. There are
Right.
lanterns and all that type of lighting. So it's not like it's overall dark or anything over here. It's a well lit environment. But yeah.
I was just going to see how long it would. Well, it doesn't matter. We haven't had any rest or anything, so I can't do that. Okay. Yeah, he'll just, kind of shake his head and hope for the best and hope that this gigantic minotaur doesn't attract too much attention.
Okay. yeah.
Actually, Ichabod says, pick something up and carry it, like a box or whatever.
Mm.
Okay.
So make it look
Do-
like you're supposed to be here, and you're
there
working.
are several areas where there are different boxes and crates.
Just grab a crate and look busy.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
I'm not nearly as gigantic as you. I'm just gonna blend in.
Okay. Well, I also don't want to just take someone's box. What if it has stuff in it? And then we have someone looking for their box trying to come after us.
Ichabod is not having a conversation right now. He just like suggests that, and he goes.
You got stealth.
Okay. I wish I would have went with Fiska. I'm just gonna follow him because I have no clue where Fiska went. So I'm not
Okay.
picking up a box. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna look like I'm looking, which I'm not, but looking for places to shop at. I guess I don't know.
Okay. Perfect. I will say, the Minotaur is very much so standing out. You guys are approaching, Ichabod and Jayla, you guys are approaching, and Fiska, you guys are approaching this individual. I would like you to, Ichabod more so or less than Jayla, to make a stealth check. And I think that's a little bit. Actually, you don't have to make a check because you weren't saying you were being stealthy, right?
Yeah, I mean, wasn't being stealthy, but kind
Okay,
of, and not going straight at him either.
I will say, actually, just go ahead and make a stealth check. It's gonna be a disadvantage.
He did say he wanted to blend in with the crowd.
Yeah.
So.
That's like, I feel like Assassin's Creed vibes. That's all that. Hold the thought. Don't tell me what you get yet. Fiska, you're looking at all these fishes and all these there's fishes, there's squids, there's scallops, there's clams, there's even catfishes. It's a weird, like, it's kind of weird as you're looking at it because it's actually like a cat that's a fish. It reminds you of Elza a little bit. It's kind of trippy. But as you're walking past these various dead fishes that have been hauled up, you do see that there is a very large salmon that has been pulled out of. Why am I saying salmon? You see, there's a very large knucklehead trout. This knucklehead trout is pulled out of the water, very much so dead. And you get that sensation where your tongue waters really. Begins to water a lot. Is that same sensation you felt whenever Lauren was asleep and you saw the two dead bodies of Perry, Lou, and Asterix. And as you are walking past this stuff, your mouth salivating and you're walking forward, but your tongue seems to be like stuck on that side of your mouth as it's like actively trying to pull you towards this knucklehead trout.
Well, knucklehead trout is my favorite. Is there a shopkeeper right nearby?
Well, it's just a local fisherman, kind of a Popeye-looking fellow, got big bicep, big forearms, pipe in his mouth. He's got a
Awesome.
Yep. Do you want some of the fish? I don't know this accent. Do you want some of the fish? He sounds like Popeye. I can't do that, but he sounds like Popeye.
You got it. You're good.
Yeah. Is there a part of the fish that I'm most drawn to?
Predominantly in the head region, more so or less,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Can I get just the head?
Sure. He slaps on the ground and chops it off, slaps it over, and pushes it over towards you. That'll be 2 silver.
I hand over 2 silver. Thank you.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of this fish now. He begins to try to chop it up a little bit. Yeah, this freshly cut off salmon head knucklehead trout head is in front of you, and there is a little bit of brain matter that is exposed on the backside of it. At the site of that brain, your tongue whatever's in your mouth, whatever the sensation is, it is demanding a sample.
Yeah, we're going for that. We're gonna slurp that up like spaghetti.
All right, you gonna do that? You doing that in front of everybody, or are you doing?
Oh, is
it
that weird to do that with a fish brain? Alright,
not really.
Paper bag it.
No, you can definitely eat it, or you paper bag it. You
Yeah, let's
definitely paper
paper
bag it. You pull out your conveniently large size paper bag for your meat. You stick your beak in it. The sensation is unlike anything you felt, as it feels as if more so less of a tongue and more so of a tentacle finds its way down into the brain of this decapitated fish, and you hear, you feel that tingling sensation in your long neck. You don't hear anything, but you feel this urge, this sensation to eat more of this brain. And as you are eating this brain, you feel as if you get flashes of like swimming through some water. Just swimming, just keep on swimming. It feels as if you are somehow seeing the fish's memories. It's very strange. It's very, very surreal. But also, it's one of those things that's hard to tell. That is this something that's actually happening, or is this something that's just a side effect of eating a raw knucklehead trout brain? That kind of washes over you as you. The sensation washes over you as if you are thunderstruck, as if you don't know what's happening. But there's one thing you do pick up on is that maybe weird squid isn't what you should eat anymore. Maybe you should eat knucklehead trout brain. Maybe that is something that, in fact, that's something that you definitely should just eat. You know, yeah. And
Good.
And that the squid treats in your pocket, they actually begin to make you kind of gag a little bit, kind of repulsed by the smell of that food.
Well, I guess they are a little bit old. And Fisco will continue kind of walking towards the bearded dwarf with in one hand paper bagging some brain, and with the other she will if she passes by a trash can, she'll like take her squid chunks out and throw them in.
Yeah, you definitely pass by a little trash can, dispose of them. As you guys are, Fiska a little bit more so delayed a little bit, just slightly, just from her quick craving. You guys push further and further in. Ichabod, what'd you get on your stealth roll?
19.
That's really good. That's really good, actually. I'm at an impasse here because usually it's passive perception, but this individual was aware of you guys, so I'm going to roll a perception check to see if this individual can see you. Okay. You are actively approaching, and you feel Ichabod, can kind of pick up. This dwarven individual hasn't moved. They are stuck, just staring down that hallway as if they're just staring. They're not moving. They're just staring straight ahead. But you do get closer and closer, and you can tell that you have not been picked up yet, even with the menacing, massive minotaur behind you. And you are approaching closer. Right now, you're about 80 feet, 60 feet. You're slowly getting closer and closer. They are still there, unmoving.
Is it like unnaturally unmoving?
Yes.
Okay. So he will get within 10 feet or so, and I guess come to a stop if Ichabod can tell that this is not just some zoned out dwarf.
Yeah. You stop, and the figure is just standing there still, just looking straight ahead.
Okay. He'll wait until, I guess, if Jayla has to catch up, and if Fiska makes it to, I guess, the other side.
Okay. Yeah, you they catch up. Finally, fine enough, and this individual is still standing,
Okay.
still looking dead ahead.
So Ichabod would, well, since he doesn't know, Ichabod would say, Jayla, does this dwarf look off to you?
I mean, sure. I don't know.
He says. So then Ichabod would say, cover me. And he's going to just walk up and kind of do this thing in front of the dwarf's face.
Yeah, you, John Cena, you can't see me, this dwarf. You
Yeah.
put your hand in front of his face, still unmoving, staring straight ahead. They are wrapped up tightly. All you really see is the bottom portion of their. You see their beard and like a little bit of skin pigmentation. It is a light. It's a dark gray. It's grayish white in color, but there are hints of shades of purple beneath it.
Okay.
Oh, is his forehead covered?
Yes.
Oh.
Alright. Yeah. Fiska, I'm assuming, is going to copy Ichabod from the other side as he's moving towards the dwarf, and when the dwarf doesn't react, Fiska will reach for his headband and unwrap it.
That was my first thought
Discovery.
too.
Yeah.
You reach up to unwrap it. As you're unwrapping it, all of you hear this loud whistle as a. I can't whistle out, but it's like a. That's a whistle. Think of that as a whistle.
Sure.
You hear this loud whistle, and you see that most of the workers around you begin to put up their weapons, and you see, kind of on like a very rudimentary intercom system ahead, says, "Time to close up shop. Harbor closing in 3 minutes. All workers report back in the morning." As you begin to unwrap this individual's forehead, you do see that there is a symbol of oral snowflake on its head.
Mm.
Its eyes are not blue. There's just this. The symbol looks fresh. I will say, the two of you please make an investigation check for me.
Can I just keep like an ear out for anyone?
You can definitely make a perception check, Jayla. And I will even say, Lauren and Elzel, you guys are still on the other side of the harbor. You guys can make a perception check for me.
I don't
Ichabod
see
got
shit.
an 11 investigation.
Okay.
I got 15.
23.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
I got
So,
one.
Ichabod and Fiska, you are you unwrap this guy's head and you see the sigil on his forehead. You can recall the last time you saw the sigil was on a Yeti,
Mhm.
and then also on 2 dead bodies. You begin to kind of investigate further, and you do find out that there is a bit of dried, not more so dried blood, but freshly stained blood on his on the front. It looks like the blood is pouring out of the front of his clothing. As you are seeing this body, who had the higher perception check out of the 3 people?
I had 23.
Okay. What about the other?
I had
think
a-
it might have been me.
I had
I think it's
15.
Fiska. Fiska had 13, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 13. Fiska.
I had 15.
That's fine. Yeah, it's all you guys see on that. You see that there's blood pooling. Elazel, you're looking out, around. You don't see the rest of the party. You don't see those guys over there. You do see Lorian. You see a dwarven individual, dressed in thick fur clothes, and you see they have a black beard, and they are staring at you as well. Another thing you pick up on is that you hear this slight like sound.
Like a hissing.
More so or less as if a fuse is lit.
Oh.
As a explosion rattles the backside of the harbor. Not so much on the dead body of this dwarven person, But further back on one of the boats that are back there, as this boat just explodes into a shrapnel field of just wood and chunks, and this giant fireball just rises up. You do see as this explosion goes off, you do, Elza, you see that dwarf. You see instantly, you see them go invisible. Their whole figure just shimmers out of sight, and they turn invisible. So yeah, this shrapnels just get thrown everywhere. The harbor begins to freak out. Everything just becomes unnaturally chaotic, right? And at about that time, that individual with the orals on its oral symbol on its forehead, its eyes begin to turn a shade of bright blue. And you see, like, it looks like something is twitching, like muscles are beginning to contract on them.
Wait, so what turned invisible?
A separate
Yeah,
entity, a
the
separate
one that
dwarf.
I'm the
Oh,
one that
oh,
I'm
got it.
looking at. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
God, do something.
Yeah, so as this explosion just rockets the harbor, you guys are just caught in this chaos. And I think that's probably the best spot to end the session at, as this
That's
explosion
awesome.
has begun to happen. Elazel, you did notice that dwarven individual. You did notice them turn invisible, so you. I'm gonna write it down, but you will. Yeah, explosion happened at the harbor, and you guys are there.
Yep.
So
Too bad we don't have someone with blind sight.
But yeah, that's where we're going to end the session for the night. That's it for tonight. Those of you who stuck around and watched, thank you so much for attending. To the players, thank you as well. Next Sunday we're going to play. I believe we're playing next Sunday as well. So 7:30, 8:30 ES, 7:30 Central, 8:30 EST. We'll see you back here at Tabletop Tyranny, and once again, we do pride ourselves on originality. So as a wise Matt Mercer says, is it Thursday yet? Is it Sunday yet? I will see everyone next week. Thank you for tuning in.
All right.